First of all, before we start the show, I just want to say the rest of my team right now are slacking.
Oh boy.
Yep. That's how I'm going to start this podcast up. And I'm going to tell them why in a second. But before we get there, what it do, ladies and gentlemen? It is that time of Thursday. I know y'all been waiting. Y'all been calmly waiting from the storm. You enjoyed the last podcast. We had Miss Brianna Belinsky came on by. I said her name wrong. Belinsky came by. Chopper. We enjoyed that moment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We popped out. And I appreciate everybody who stopped by and definitely showed mad love. We saw it. And I just want to say thank you for everybody who was definitely liking and commenting out here. Bro, I am your co-host, Mr. VoQualz. Hi, how you doing? Hi, I'm just here. Hey, I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. You feel what I'm saying? And I know why y'all wondering I got something, but we ain't to go there yet. Because on my right here is this person who wears the glasses, maybe looking like a detective, but geeky at the same time. I seen this man play some Ninja Gaiden and beat it on a hardcore more, maybe the Nightmare more, maybe it's a different name of the mode that I even forgot what it was, but he beat it. And I can't believe it. I saw it 4K in my own eyes, a little youngin'. And I'm talking about a person who tricked me when I played Sonic Heroes for my birthday gift. And that man tricked me with a CD thinking, wait, I thought it was inside. And come to find out, the CD wasn't there, but it did. And come to find out, this man had the game and gave it to me on my great special day. The man himself, Mr. King, Drell, the Mighty Dynasty.
I know, y'all gonna like this one.
Oh, yeah, hold on, your new button. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was waiting on that button. Oh, yeah, we was waiting on that button. But we have the man who is absolutely here. You see him always eating on the segment. Nice rice, oxtails, you name it. You saw it. He put gravy on it a lot. I'm thinking it's turning old, but it's all good. Not Mr. Krabs, you're old. He likes to walk around with the Luffy smile all the time. And he always likes to wear the Tony Chopper hats as well. Give it up for the king of New York, Mr. Jasirii, everybody.
And what's going on?
And again, this is why now we at the part where this is why I said this is why the rest of my team is slacking.
Slacking?
I'm prepared.
You're prepared?
I'm prepared.
Uh-oh.
I'm prepared.
Uh-oh.
Y'all see what I'm wearing right now?
Those look like Pokeballs.
Y'all see my cup right now?
Oh, that looks like a Pokemon cup.
You see my cup right now? No, I don't think y'all. This is why I say my team is slacking right now. What are we doing?
Uh-oh.
What are we doing?
What are we doing actually?
What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now?
Are we doing a Pokemon showcase now?
This is why I say my team is slacking. This is not a Pokemon showcase. This is why I say my team is slacking because this guest that we got coming by has found Master Balls back to back on his streams. I'm talking about a guy who was doing a master of chess of puzzles and trying to find around. Try to do it in one take, but almost did it, but it's cool. I see this man always gets the right Pokemon when it comes to him trying to walk around in the forest and it pops up when he just names it and it's just there. I don't know, y'all been seeing the streams. I've been there and I've been watching and I definitely been seeing this man posting these clips all the time. And I'm talking about the guy who is absolutely going to be the best that no one has ever was. And our brother who's been here on this podcast multiple times on this segment, please give it up for the man himself, the Pokemon master, Mr. Jsmak, ladies and gentlemen.
What's good, Internet? It's your boy Jordan, aka Jsmak. And listen, man, that was a hell of an introduction, man. This man VoQualz, I can see why you hired him. I can see why you hired him. Thank you, bro. I appreciate the flowers. I really do.
The reason I hired him is because of this thing we call nepotism.
Hey.
Oh, excuse me. I'm just still drinking my Pokemon cup right now. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I thought about wearing some Pokemon drip, but I was like indecisive because, like, I'm like, yo, this is the podcast is real. So, you know, and I got this new Nami shirt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like her as an NL. So, you know, I was just like, you know, let me sport that today.
Sometimes
that's fire though.
It's show hitters, man.
Yes, sir.
Just gotta let them know.
Yes, sir.
Just gotta let them know.
We starting this early.
I'm just.
So this is what's happening there.
No, I'm just showing I have a Pokeball. That's all. I'm just showing I have a Pokeball.
I'm just gonna
That's
put.
all I'm doing.
Put my babies, my original starter pack
Oh, here we go.
I got a shiny Phantom. It's 3D printed.
3D printed.
Yeah. I just came back from Ocean City, anime in Ocean City. It's like a newer con on my side of town. You know what I'm saying? And they had a lot of cool stuff. Shouts out to them. Like they had a lot of cool stuff. They started in 2022, so they're very new. Bars.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, he got that thing on him, the great ball, man. That's one of the best balls. Underrated.
You feel me? A lot of people be sleeping on them. I'm just saying, like, yo, listen, my balls is fire.
Hey, yo, you might want to go to the doctor, bro.
I was about to say.
But glad to be here. Glad to be here, boys. It's been a minute since we all, chopped it up. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
That was why when I was starting to plan people for this month, I'm like, we haven't vibed out with our brother in a while. So I was like, I got to hit this man up. He's been very, very active, which we'll get into a little bit later. So I was like, you know what? Active means we got to talk to you.
Yes,
because
sir.
that's what we do on here. If you're active and you're doing anything, and again, nepotism, I don't care. You're going to slide through the podcast because you are family. Deal with it.
Yeah,
you are family.
Hey, listen, I'm here. Let's get it. Let's get it, bro. Let's get it. I was dormant for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I was festering, but I'm back on my bullshit with a different type of bullshit, but still back on my bullshit.
Off the rhymes. Okay,
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, yup. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But glad to be here, boys. Glad to be here.
Yeah, and King of New York, how you doing over there?
Oh, don't cry. Don't cry in the car.
Sorry. I got some very, very exciting news.
You hear that?
Exclusively. I'm sorry, I don't mean to take the shine off of it, but
they're exclusive.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So wait, repeat what you just said.
I just said exclusive. That's all I said.
So exclusive right now. Feel me? Hold on, I gotta put my New York shit on. So we found out how to qualify for the TGC tournaments. You feel me? So I'm trying to run it up in NOLA. You feel me? I'm getting the packs. I'm getting the packs right here. Pokemon. Feel me? I'm like, yo, I'm about to start battling. I'm about to get my Ultra rank back. They thought I was playing with them. All right, copy. I got a Darkrai. I got a Giratina for you. What's up? Got a Mewtwo. I got a Mew. You feel me? I got a couple stacks up. You feel me? I got the damages where I don't even have to hit nobody. They just sit in the background. They get bullied. You feel me? But you know what? But we here for Jsmak. So let's get to talking.
Now, what you mean? Look, we here for our guests, but we're also here for us too, because we always have stuff that goes on every week. So now, continue to talk your stuff if you need to.
Yeah, man.
Listen, Pokemon Championships is gonna be in NOLA this summer. So,
that game is gonna be
Oh, and for y'all that don't know, Jsmak is the reason why I got back into Pokemon when he got me a Switch, and he was like, "Hey, bro, you know what? You've done so much for me. I want you to have this." I was like, "Fuck you mean you want me to have it?"
And it's a funny story. I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's a funny story actually how I gave him my Switch. So we went to Geek Retreat, right? And had a great time. Shouts out to Geek Retreat, of course.
Shout out Geek Retreat.
You know what I'm saying? Had a great time, but your boy Jordan came back and was unpacking everything. And I was like, did I leave my Switch at the airport? I was like, oh no, my Switch, my everything, my Sheila. And I was freaking out for I was actually freaking out, okay? To the point, because I think it was around the time when like some game came out or something, so I was like, where's my game? Where's my Switch? So, I did what any other, panicking and financially unstable person would do, is just buy another Switch. So I bought another Switch, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. All is well in the universe. I have another Switch. You know what I'm saying? I still have my games because I didn't bring all my games to Geek Retreat. So, you know, I had another Switch. I put my games in my cartridge, blah, blah, blah. Time passed. And I went in my my like travel bag. Like I had a smaller travel bag. I put my Switch in my travel bag, my toiletry travel bag, like a silly baka. Like a silly baka. And I see it. I saw it. I saw little Joy-Cons protruding out of where my toothpaste was supposed to be. So I'm like, huh, that's weird. And I pulled them out, and I'm like, oh, my Switch was in here the whole time. So I know my boy Jasirii didn't have a Switch, and I'm like, well, fuck, I need 2 Switches for. So that another unstable financial person, I guess. I was like, but it's not that much though, because you know, Jasiri's my boy. You know what I'm saying? I want him to have fun, you know, doing the thing, and like he said that I said, you know, I'm proud of him and stuff. You know, I was like, hey man, who else better to have a Switch than him? So I gave him my old Switch, and yeah, that's the story.
So,
okay. So what I heard was I can just buy Switches whenever I feel like it.
He got money.
That's what I heard. I didn't know we were doing it like that over there.
It's not my fault. Okay, it is my fault. VoQualz, I see you looking at me.
Yeah, I'm just.
I was like, what do you mean?
Look, in the words of Thumper from Bambi, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say it at all.
Listen,
in Jsmak's defense, he had a lot going on.
And apparently, just like Thumper, he can make Switches multiply anytime he wants to. So
the Switch was therapeutic needs. So who are we to deny him from his needs?
My Sheila! That's the most random thing. I'm sorry. I just thought it, like I wanted to laugh when he said it, but he just came back to my brain. So like this man really just put his hand out like, my Sheila. Okay. All right.
Silver lining of me being a silly baka, Jasirii got a Switch.
Right? Listen. And I would have never been back in the Pokemon if it wasn't for that moment.
I just had to say that.
All right, well, I gotta go to the chat real quick because the first person that was here when I first even turned this thing on was Mastermind Swaggy Aggie, because she's here. She is always one of our biggest supporters. She types in, "Oh, finally, yes. We'll apologize. We had some technical things going on. We didn't mean to sit there that long, but we are here, Aggie. I swear, we are here."
I blame Nami.
Hold on, for Aggie. Okay, Rich Auntie, let me put my hands up. Hold on, what's the pose?
Mm-hmm. And this is going to be special for Aggie anyway, because yes, I'm going to call you out, Aggie, even though we always, because this is like, what, the 4th time I think George has joined us on this podcast in one fashion or another? It's been a while, but he's been with us several times. And while I had every intention of bringing you back, because of course that's what we always do, family, nepotism, all that good stuff, Aggie DM'd me with a list of requests that of people that she would like to see be on this podcast, and sir, you are one of them.
That's a blessing, yo. Shouts out W Aggie, bro. W y'all too, man. That's awesome, bro. That's
don't W me just yet. Don't W me just yet. You think you still free? This is the podcast is real. He's the angel, I'm the devil. We're like the opposite here, okay? He's gonna glaze, I'm gonna make sure you burn. That's just how this is going to work over here.
Yes.
That's how this works over here.
And a glazing we shall, because while he does a whole lot of gaming, we didn't get too much into this 2 years ago when we had him on here proper on the podcast. Plus, there's been a couple of updates since then. So you guess what? We got a showcase to do.
All right.
So it is now time for the cosplay showcase, a.k.a. He's got that shit on!
Snap. Oh, snap.
So we are gonna start at Geek Retreat because we had a couple of themed things that we did at Geek Retreat. One of them was Goth Night.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
I know you probably got a delay, but we already have it up. And yeah, I'm gonna need you to talk to us about this goth outfit you got on.
OC.
Yeah. So so basically, I forgot where I got that wig from. Or not where I got it, but why I got it. It wasn't for that. I think it was for Shanks, but I don't know if you guys cosplay. Like when you see something on the internet and you're like, oh, I want that to wear for my cosplay. It doesn't turn out as the picture, like when you get it. So when I saw it, it was all red. And then when I got it, it was red and black. And I was like, I mean, it's all right, but it wasn't really what I wanted to do. I have a Shanks in the works. Spoiler alert. So yeah, so I got it for Shanks, but it really wasn't the vision that I had. So, I kind of just I had it and I was just like, we had the goth night that we were all talking about, and I have like a bunch of goth clothes and stuff, which I do have a nice thing that I would like to show you guys. I know y'all will appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very emo, punk-esque, and I just got it at Anime Ocean City. That convention's only a day, like, and like I said, like they started in 2022, so they're very new, and it's right on the water. In Ocean City, it's not like California, so like but it's in May, or I mean in June or April. It just happened last weekend, so like they had a lot of cool stuff, and I got this new apparel, if you will. But yeah, I mean, back to the cosplay. I just put a lot of stuff together, and I saw like I didn't want to wear just black, like and just wear. I could have just done my natural hair, I guess, but I had the wig, and I was just like, let me incorporate this into it too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody called me Punk Trippy Red. I thought that was pretty funny. And on brand. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean that was kind of the inspiration. I tend to like have a vision for something or like go for it. And I'm like, yeah, let me do that. But then it doesn't turn out how I want it to turn out. Hence the Switch situation. But there's silver linings. There's silver linings within it. There's happy accidents. It's like Bob Ross, if you will. There's always happy accidents around me. So that was kind of the envision. I didn't like get the wig specifically for that, but it had a purpose in the end. So I think that's pretty cool.
No, that is definitely pretty cool. And I'm gonna say this. First of all, Ocean City sounds like somewhere you would go in a Pokemon world. So
yeah,
we're off to Ocean City. But
yeah, it does sound like a town or a city, right? Like Ocean City.
Better bring your Pokemon ready.
Hey, listen, Pokemon Go is insanely thriving in Ocean City. Like, just that's what I'm saying. Jasirii, next year we're going again. This was me and Jackson, a couple of my friends' first time. We had a ball. We it's on Saturday. We went Friday and then went home on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So like,
okay,
it's only a day for now.
No precedent 3 days.
Yeah. So like, you can go see the city for a little bit for Friday and Sunday and maybe even a little Saturday. But like the con itself is on Saturday. They had a lot.
So wait. Where is Ocean City for the people watching?
Okay, so I live in Maryland. Ocean City is near Salisbury, so it's like further. I don't want to say East Coast because like that's so broad, but like we called it that. Like it's the East Coast. Like when I used to go to Salisbury for college, so
nice.
Yeah. So that was like my backyard. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I lived and breathed Ocean City for so long. Like it's only like a 25-minute drive away from Salisbury University. So on the weekends we'd hit Ocean City. On 4-day weekends, we definitely hit Ocean City. So you know, like that was like our spot. It's near Atlantic City. That's a good marker to kind of give people a general idea. Atlantic City's like probably like 40, 50, like an hour away from Ocean City. So, you know, it's that kind of vibe. You know, there's a boardwalk. You get boardwalk fries. Jax makes fun of me for that. She says it's just fries on the boardwalk, but it's boardwalk fries. That's what it is. You get funnel cake. They have
grease.
Yeah, yup. And they got like a little mini amusement park on the dock and stuff. Ocean City's fun. You know, and we saw Anime Ocean City like a couple weeks ago, and we were like, hey, let's make a weekend trip about it. You know, like after work on Friday, we drive up. It's only like 2 hours away from me in Baltimore, so like, or like 3 with traffic. So, you know, it was cool, man. We drove back on Sunday, you know, and Jax even said too, it has a lot of potential, man. You know, it's still very new. They had a cosplay contest. We didn't stick around for that because we went to get dinner. It was around like 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or something like that. So it was like, that was kind of late. We were trying to get drunk too. So, you know what I'm saying? So we didn't really stick around for that. But from what we saw on like their website, it looked really cool. A lot of great cosplays. There's a lot of I noticed there's a lot of Pokemon love too. Hence where I got this shiny Phantom. It's 3D printed. He's got like little arms, like you know, Phantom does. You know, a lot of 3D printed stuff. I won't get up and show, or I can if you want, but I got like the Charizard and the Ninetales right over there, and the Gengar, all 3D printed. They had, oh my God, there's this really cool thing. They had this little arena that was 3D printed with like Charizard, like monuments. I wish I took a video of it, bro. Like basically what you do, you give them $5, right? And you get 6 rolls. You get 6 rolls and you roll 6 die at the same time, right? And when you roll the 6 die at the same time, you get a number. If you get like 15, you get a card. Like on the wall, it shows what you can win. It goes from like, I don't know, like 10 to 30, right? And 30 was a first edition Charizard. That's a down payment on a house. That day, huh? That's a down payment on a house, okay? For the people that don't know. So, you know, we were trying to get that Charizard. Me and Jax are moving up with our relationship. We need a house. So we try to get that Charizard. You feel me? So we spent probably like $20. We didn't get the Charizard. But some people did get the Charizard. They had like multiple Charizards. There was like a big line and everything, like people trying to, you know what I'm saying, get it. Jax, out of you had to get basically 30 to get the Charizard, which is 6 sixes. She got, I think, 3 on one roll. Yeah, she got close, bro. She got close. I was like, come on, babe, let's go. So they had a lot of cool stuff. And also, like, if you don't get, you know, the Charizard, like the 6, whatever you roll, it gives a number and there's a card. You get like random cards. So like you still win something, right? Like everybody's a winner when you play that game. So it was really cool. They had a lot of cool stuff there, man. And a lot of 3D printed Pokemon stuff. It was very Pokemon themed in a way. They had a lot of like emo punk-esque clothes as well. You know, very what's the word I'm looking for? Disable, you know, encouraged. There's a lot of, you know, people in wheelchairs and stuff like that. Like it wasn't like they had to go up a bunch of flights of stairs. Like they had elevators and everything. So like it has a lot of potential, man. Like, you know, it just needs better programming, maybe, better marketing. You know, not a lot of people know about it. You know, I didn't know about it until
that's the first part.
Yeah, like it, you know, and I was telling her, I was like, yo, like, yeah, it's one day, but you can make a weekend out of it, you know? And yeah, hotels, Ocean City, if you know, you know, there's a hotel, a motel, every like block.
Holiday
you know?
Inn.
Yeah, hotel, motel, Holiday. Drell's funny. But yeah, so like there's like a bunch of places to stay. We were like walking distance. If you're drunk, I guess. It was probably like 30 streets away. Jasiri's from New York, so that's like 2 steps away. So but there's a lot of cool stuff out there, man. You know, so that was great. That was a good time. Shouts out to the Anime Ocean City. I think that's the name. Anime Ocean City. AO. So
Ayo.
Ayo.
Right.
All right. Shout out Anime Ocean City then. Like, you know, definitely have to keep us updated with the progress on that going on, because if it becomes something that's can't miss, then we can't miss it.
Right.
So we'll definitely have to get into that. And that story about that wig and everything. But like I said, back to the emo real quick, because being there at Geek Retreat and seeing that outfit, I was like, yeah, I have to showcase this because it looked good. So I was hoping that you were really happy about it. And I thought when you were talking that you were going to be like, I wasn't really a big fan. I was like, no, that was a good look.
Yeah. I want to bring it back, and I kind of want to upgrade it and like make like black, because I didn't paint my nails or anything. I want to like make black claws or something, and maybe more eyeliner. You know, I kind of want to like, you know, give it a mega evolution, if you will.
Go full emo and
Yeah,
this is definitely going to be a Pokemon themed podcast today. But that was a good theme night at Geek Retreat. Another good theme night we had at Geek Retreat was Glambot.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, the next picture that we have up on the screen would be Mr. Jordan. You need to talk to us about your Glambot fit.
Listen, that was my boy Tatsu. I like to call it How to Train Your House Husband. It's really called The Way of a House Husband, but I'm a nerd and I'm silly and goofy mood sometimes. But yeah, Tatsu, man, you know, wow, like
you going through a flashback there, buddy?
I know, right?
Like,
well, I didn't want to like kill the mood. But you know, rest in peace, Tyler. Tyler really got me into slice of life anime. Like it was really her that got me into that realm of anime. You know, I'm basic. I like One Piece, Naruto, you know, Dragon Ball Z. I like punching and powers, right? Like, and for a while, right? And you know, she liked fruits baskets, and she was like the queen of it, you know. And you know, she kind of I didn't get her into One Piece. I wish I did. I can't take credit. You know, so she would tell me about her journey with One Piece, and I would tell her my journey with fruits baskets and stuff. So, and that kind of evolved into other slice of life anime. And my favorite is The Way of the House Husband. So, you know, that I love Tatsu, man. Like it's so funny. If you guys haven't seen it or anyone else hasn't seen it, watch it, read it, love it. Like it's so funny. It's so hilarious. So, you know, Tatsu's my guy, bro. Like I love Tatsu, and you know, just the story and the lore with him, and you know, there's no devil fruits, there's no chakra, you know, there's no Saiyans, like, but that's not a bad thing. Like that doesn't make it bad. Like, you know, to everybody who's watching, I guess, if they haven't seen any slice of life anime, watch that stuff, man. Like broaden your horizon a little bit, you know. And yeah, that was kind of the idea and the motion with that. So, you know, Tatsu's my guy. He's one of my favorite MCs. He shot his way up. He's not my favorite, but he's one of my favorite. He's in the honorable mentions at least. You know, like I love Tatsu, man, and just the whole premise of The Way of the House Husband, and you know, again, rest in peace, Tyler. I probably would have never really discovered Tatsu and The Way of the House Husband if it wasn't for her, you know. just like loving slice of life anime. She really helped me out with that. So, you know.
No, absolutely. And I know we didn't really get to that part just yet, but this is actually a good part because it was obviously intended, for this week's podcast. So I'll go ahead and say that now. We are dedicating this week's podcast to Tyler because that was a big blow. And when I saw that video, I just had to sit there for a second.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because man, it just seems like the Geek Retreat family, man, is just with her in particular. Like, it's I've obviously I've had a great time, and I'm even trying to find the words now, so I apologize for that.
Take your time, brother. Take your time.
I'm really happy that I got a chance to get to know Tyler. I remember the first Geek Retreat I went to, and I met her for the first time, and I remember the first thing I thought was like, man, she is taller than me. And
she was pretty tall. Yeah.
And the thing after that was we just talked for like 20 minutes. That first Geek Retreat where it was like I knew like you guys, but there was so many people there I didn't know. And I've talked about this, about like me always being worried about walking up and really ingratiating myself with people that I don't know at first, just because that shyness in me takes over.
Yeah.
And Tyler was one of the first newer people there that I was able to just sit there and just have a long conversation with. We talked for like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point on, I just knew she was an amazing woman. Had the pleasure of doing some videos with her, spending time with her. I kind of like the fact, because of course, one of the videos, albeit in the background, that she did, when we did the Hunter x Hunter dance circle, which I actually reposted after 2 years, and now it's going crazy on TikTok right now. 2 years ago it did fine or whatever, but right now it's going crazy, which is why I always tell people repurpose your content. But no, I definitely just want to say, cancer sucks. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's crap that my dad had to deal with his whole life, just time after time after time. But yes, guys, this episode of the podcast is definitely dedicated to Tyler. And like I said, I was going to do it a little later, but you brought it up, Jordan. So this is a perfect time to go ahead and slide this in. I don't know, Jasirii, if there's anything you want to say about Tyler right now before we move forward.
Tyler was just truly amazing. Like, literally anytime talking, it would just feel like we were talking yesterday. It was just like, she always brought fun energy, no matter what she was going through. And you could tell that she was more about repurposing the purpose of like happiness, especially seeing friends, opposed to being like, yeah, I could be this way, but I have sunshines and rainbows, and you're gonna take them.
Yeah. We did that a lot, Drell. We did that a lot. Yup. That's beautiful,
thanks.
bro.
But that's the little sis. That's one of the strongest people that I know. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Sir, anything you want to add?
No, y'all definitely covered up everything. Nothing else to say in this moment. Y'all definitely took it.
I kind of want to touch back to what you said, Drell. Like Geek Retreat was one of those things where like you're not alone, bro, in that shyness. Like I know I'm like sporadic and I'm like, crazy goofy guy, but I have moments where I'm shy too, and I feel like a lot of us do, in settings like that, especially if we don't know each other. We know each other through the internet, but sometimes, like people aren't, I mean, I don't even got to explain that. Y'all know, like sometimes people aren't how they are on the internet and virtual, setting versus IRL, I know y'all know about that.
Oh yeah.
So, what the best way I can describe Tyler with her personality is she's also very shy, but once she likes you and she vibes with you, it's raps, bro. it's raps, bro. She's locked in, you know, and she's like once she gets out of her shell, she's like one of those long neck turtles, you know, like she's fully out, you know. And to me, that's like one of the most beautiful people, you know, because you think like, you know, if you're talking to somebody and they're shy, maybe you don't pick up on the shyness. You might think that they don't like you, but it's not even like that. It's more so they're feeling you out, and maybe they're hesitant on giving you all of their energy. Um, and once they do, man, it's a beautiful thing, you know. So you know, W Tyler, man, like Drell said, fuck cancer. You know, I lost my mom in 2020 to cancer. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's like it sucks, you know, and um yeah, I hope we can find a cure one day or just leak the cure because I know we found it.
That part, to be honest with you, and I'm not even playing about that. They know they've already got this stuff situated, but that is a soapbox I definitely do not want to get on. So before we move forward, I definitely want to just take a quick moment of silence for Tyler. One more time, rest in peace until we meet again.
Yes,
I will say this, Jordan, you say you didn't want to take credit for her One Piece journey, but I did want to go ahead and segue into some One Piece because the next cosplay that we have from you would happen to be your Gear 5 Luffy. And his reaction.
Bro. Y'all, I don't know if y'all have dream cosplays, but I do. And that was my dream cosplay the moment I laid eyes on it on the manga or in the manga. And I like, again, I still have like 7 other cosplays I haven't even showed the world yet. And Drell, don't judge me. Don't you judge me. Don't you judge me. but I saw Gear 5 Luffy and I was like, bro, I gotta do that. I gotta do that. I got to, bro. And you know, as the manga has progressed, you know, I don't know if y'all are caught up. I know not everybody's caught up, so I won't talk too much about it. But y'all, I mean, you know, everybody's kind of seen it, right, at this point. It it's just it's badass, it's goofy, it's silly, it's preposterous. It's just so many things going on within it. So I really wanted to, you know, throw my hat in the ring with that. And
Aggie said those brows are crazy.
And you know what's funny about that? I like cut them out so stupid, like, you know, like I've seen a bunch of different directions of Gear 5 Luffy, right? Like we all have, I guess. I cut them out like just like L's, like so stupid. And I didn't even do it in the sense where I was lazy. I did it because it's Gear 5 Luffy. Like it you know what I'm saying? Like it's goofy. It's just such a goofy cosplay.
It's a Tex Avery cartoon. Do what you want.
Right. Like, you know, and shouts outs to Jax too, because the clouds I would never I don't have the mental capacity. What's you laughing at, VoQualz?
Do you not have the chat pulled up, Jordan?
Oh, I don't actually.
Aggie cooking.
Oh God. What'd she say?
She said he got square root brows.
Square root brows is wild.
Geometry.
I actually see. I don't see the chat.
Oh snap!
Yeah, I bring it up on YouTube in a separate.
Yeah, you gotta bring it up to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let me.
The
let
moment
me
she
do
saw them brows, she said, "I'm finna start cooking."
Listen.
Oh snap! Why? Why? We're not even on the hot seat segment yet. You already
look, Aggie said, "I got you." Like, look, before we even get that far, what you mean?
Wow.
Listen, oh my days. Oh my days. But yeah, it's cool. Sometimes you gotta laugh at yourself, bro. Like, I feel like that's like something that society's missing, Like, sometimes you gotta laugh at yourself, man. It just can't be too serious all the time, bro. So, that was because I could have just like I even asked Jax. I was like, hey, could you make, because like we got a bunch of like white shirts and like like polyfill, that's what it's called, polyfill, to put inside for the clouds. Like, she made the clouds, you know what I'm saying? So as DreamCon was approaching, I was like, hey, babe, can you do the same things? Like, she finished the clouds. I was like, can you do the same things for like my eyebrows? Like make his eyebrows and stuff. It was doable, but it was, con crunch. And me being the W boyfriend that I am, I was like, I'm not gonna put my babe through that. Like, she'll do it, I guess, or want to do it or whatever. But like, she had other things that she wanted to do and get ready for, and work and real life and all that stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'ma just get some, like, I don't even know what material that was. I just copped some. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna cut little L's out. It looks stupid, but so does Gear 5 Luffy in some frames. Like, let's call it for what it is. It's silly. It's goofy. So I was like, hey, I kind of like it. So listen, I expected people to cook me on that. And I'm surprised not a lot of people did. So,
man, to keep it a band with you, Luffy's a freedom fighter. So either way, the way that you imagine it is the way that it's supposed to be, regardless.
Exactly, bro. Like,
you hear that part? And I'm gonna go ahead and keep it in one piece for a second, because we got one more showcase. And you've brought her up a lot, because obviously we all know the lovely Jax. And for disclosure, for people watching this, I wanted Jax to join us today as well, but Jax be busy.
Miles, gang. Hello, Miles. Gang.
Miles, what's going on, bro? See, the family showing up at this point.
Hello, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Ski.
He call you little.
Well, we are going to take this time. So the final showcase we're going to do is you and Jax at DreamCon. And y'all one piece out.
Oh, the Zoro and
yeah.
Listen, so you guys can probably see it. Hold on, let me. The shoes are right over there.
Yep. In the background.
Shouts outs to Vanta Creates. She made those. Yeah, she made those. I commissioned them. I started out asking Jax to make them, but she's more into yarn. She's more into like crocheting and I guess like making like plushies. She's made a couple plushies herself. She made an Umbreon once. So crafting is her thing, but she isn't very versed into 3D printing or even just like crafting in I guess with styrofoam. And I knew Vanta, like we all know Vanta, but I knew Vanta, like she kills it with her.
We gotta get her on the pod sometime.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Listen, shout outs to the sis Vanta. Shout outs to New York.
You know what I'm saying? So like I peep game and I'm like, hey, you want to make Zoro shoes for me? And she was like, yeah, sure. It's gonna cost you this. It'll take this much time and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, bet, shut up and take my money. And that was pretty much it. Why are you looking at it like that, VoQualz?
This is the way he just said it, bro. Shut up, take my money.
Hey, shut up and take my money.
If you see the stuff that Vanta do, shoot, it's take my money.
Yes, she is amazing. And look, I could spend a lot more time just glazing Vanta, like for real.
Yeah. And you know, the cosplay itself, I got off Amazon. You know, it was actually, or did I get, or was it Easy Cosplay? I think it was Amazon.
That's okay. None of them are sponsored. We don't care if you get it right anyway.
Shout outs to the internet.
Yeah.
Shout out to the World Wide Web.
So, you know, it was cool, man. Like I didn't want to just do the cosplay. I wanted the boots, you know, like the egghead boots, you know, I needed them. So I was like, yeah, let me hit up, you know, Vanta. She be killing it. And, you know, it was kind of funny too, because she made those for me. And then she did, I'm pretty sure she did Nami like right after that. She's like, yeah, now I did yours. I want to do Egghead Nami. So she made that happen. And you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and Law is one of Jax's favorite cosplays, one of her favorite characters.
Of course he is.
You know, yeah. Most girls love Law, bro. I can't blame him. Law's kind of cool. He's kind of valid. He did get clapped by Blackbeard, but
hey, we're not accepting no slander around here. We're not accepting no Law slander. All right. We don't know that he's officially gone. We don't know that.
He's not
confirmed nor denied.
He's not, but
and we're gonna leave it at that because then we'll start sliding into spoiler territory.
Let's fair enough.
Yeah, Life with Anime podcast in the building. But like I was saying, that's I always have to include that because not only is it your showcase, but you know we especially since she couldn't join us, we have to make sure we showcase Queen as well because we miss you, Jax. Probably the person that knows more about anime than anyone I know.
Facts.
Period.
Facts.
Yeah.
She got that on lock.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll glaze her a lot more when she actually comes on the podcast. So because we got to get into the week that was. And, you know, that's where we always get to the podcast, you guys, where we talk about things that have happened in the past week. Now, it's funny earlier when you were talking about making fun of yourself, and there's something I actually got to go to way back at the beginning of the year, because there was a conversation that we had when we were doing, I believe it was our finale episode last year. I could be meshing stuff together. But we were talking about celebrity lookalikes. And at the time, and I never did put those up, so I still need to do that, where we were talking about like what celebrities people think we look like. And I had told a story at the time that when I first cut my hair and I had completely shaved, that there were people telling me that I looked like a young Tracy Morgan. And I remember like Jasirii, and it was like, really? Is that? And you know, and it's like, okay, I'm just telling you what people said. Well, I have a Michael Jackson video going crazy online right now, and like it's about to hit 100K. Like it's going great on Instagram. Half the comments are saying I look like freaking Tracy Morgan.
And I picked up my phone and forwarded over to the internet.
So yeah, apparently when I shave and I have no facial hair, that is apparently who I look like. And I have been told that over the past decade now.
I could see it. I could low key see it.
Like it's happening a lot on that video. But on the plus side, it's like 95% love. Actually, it's like 98% love. There's not really a lot of hate on that video, so I love that. It is by far the highest performed Michael Jackson cosplay video I've ever done. So, you know, good for that because, you know, I need a lot more wins this time. Oh, wow. Well, Aggie, look, I'm just going by what the internet says. Not Tracy Morgan, Miles. Look, I've said it again. So that is some news that I have gotten again in the past week. So I just have to make sure I put that out there. Another thing that has also happened in the past week, and I guess I just need to ask you guys right now, if we all completely like huddled up together and like really, really believed, are we taking out any gorillas?
Look. Okay. Are you saying we as in us and like
I would like to think we'd have like 96 other people, I guess. That's the rules.
Okay.
I think the King of New York could probably handle it on his own, but
listen. I'm gonna let him cook. He clearing his throat. Go ahead and cook, bro.
Yeah, he's just like.
I ain't gonna hold you. The only way that anybody taking out a gorilla that be slapped. Yeah, nah. This is the only answer. The only answer. I'm not gonna hold you. That's the only answer I got. Cause ain't no way. There's no way. You know how much of a centrifugal force a gorilla has with one arm alone?
Yeah, but if we're talking 100 bloodlusted men,
okay,
the gorilla's cooked.
You said 100 men. What type of men now?
Strong men, because they're gonna need to be.
They're gonna need to be.
But that's what I'm saying. Okay.
I don't think it was specific, gentlemen. It wasn't specific. It just said one gorilla versus 100 men. There's no details. There's no no powers.
Right,
no.
It just said
one
man, 100 gorillas.
I get that, but I also
no
think we need to know. I think we need to know the environment. You know, it's like, are we in the jungle or are we out in an open field?
I don't think that's just what this is. I think it's just straight.
I'm just saying.
300.
You know what?
You know,
it's just right now.
It's just like a death battle.
In X. Sorry.
I mean, like if 25 people grab a leg and 25 other people grab a leg, but if it's like if there's a jungle involved,
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you though. When you really think about it, bro, India and South Africa be doing a lot. So you know what?
Huh? I know you didn't just mention South Africa, the whitest part of Africa.
Yeah, that is the whitest part of Africa. South Africa's full of white folks.
Yeah.
So they ain't surviving shit. Okay. Thanks to the internet, let me give you the full rundown. Got it. Okay. So, one gorilla versus 100 men, and this is not talking about a silverback, in a plain field, straight with no weapons. Yeah, no, nobody's surviving that.
Nah.
Nobody, even if gorilla gets tired.
I feel like y'all are forgetting the capabilities of humans, bro. Like, and just power. Okay. You know the term. You know the term of power in numbers. Like,
all right, so let me put it like this. From New York, let me put on back my New York hat because I don't think you understand. Now, if they said 100 crackheads, you know what? Maybe, because when they get slapped across, they're getting right back up and they're gonna be running again. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But if you're talking about a regular 100 human beings that are going to be tired and fatigued by the time they already ran halfway and they're going to get dragged by the ankle when they start running away, nah.
You don't think the gorilla's going to be tired and fatigued?
A gorilla be running around a jungle gym for 3 hours straight? No.
Yeah,
and I don't think this is 100 marathon runners.
I don't know, bro. My money's on the humans. That's a lot of humans, bro. And like, I understand a gorilla's bite force and its strength is really strong and powerful. However, there's 100 people, bro. Like, it's gonna take out a nice chunk. But
hey Siri, how strong is a gorilla?
It's like 800 pounds.
Gorillas are estimated to be 4 to 10 times stronger than an average human.
4 to 10 times?
Then one human. Times. What about the other 99? What about the other 99?
Yes, 4 to 10. Which means out of the 4 minutes that it's going to take people to get tired, they getting knocked out or laid out by the time they run up to the gorilla. Gorillas got way faster reflexes than humans. By the time we halfway swinging, unless you're a professional fighter, you're not touching. First off, in the arm length, you're not reaching it. And when their arms get tired, best believe they're going to put their arms down and be kicking with their feet. Like, nah.
Ask Siri how much does a gorilla weigh? Not a silverback, because it wasn't a silverback, right?
And I would like to hope that people aren't going to use movie logic, where they just rush them one at a time.
Oh no,
300 to 430 pounds, and they be swinging from trees? Ain't no way, bro.
That's what I'm saying. They're like
I'm not trying to
400
hear
pounds.
it. Ain't no way.
There's humans that weigh that much. Like,
I mean, they are. Yeah.
Yes, there are humans that weigh that much.
They ain't swinging from no trees.
How many of them are fast? How many of them can swing weights?
I'm just saying, bro. If we look at this from a power and numbers standpoint, a gorilla's not winning that, bro. One gorilla. If we say 5 versus 100, yeah, humans are probably cooked.
So we talking about 100 offensive linemen?
Well, I mean, it just said 100 men. It didn't say what type of men. I'm just looking at it as, okay, a man is an adult human male, I guess. You know, I don't want to trigger people, but like, I guess that's the Google term. So what, like 25 and up? Like, you know, probably not too old, right? Like, that's an old man. So like a man, I don't know, bro. I just think about it like if it's 100 me's, hopefully I'm not like duplicating. I feel all the pain. Shouts out to Invincible. But
I'm not gonna hold you. Evie brought up a very good point that they're talking about in the comments. Even if you do get that close to a gorilla, how much force are you really putting on a gorilla?
If you punch a gorilla as hard as you can, what kind of damage do you think you actually doing?
I mean, but you're thinking about it from one person.
No, I'm thinking about it from 10 because we jump. I mean, people get jumped.
It's
every
100.
Day, that I would. People
Listen,
get jumped every day.
Look how much a bite force from one human is, and times that by 100. All of us bite that nigga.
Like the gorilla, not gonna bite back.
He can only bite one at a time. He's not biting 100 at a time.
He can swing 3 arms. He can take out 5 people at once.
Okay, what about the other 95?
Are we all jumping on top of each other to pound down the gorilla? Or we taking the gorilla to pound down?
Die.
Like, I don't understand.
People gonna die.
No.
People gonna die, bro. But the gorilla's getting clapped at the end.
You really think that?
Yes. I'm not following the internet
with no weapons.
With everyone's doubting the humans. But
with no weapons? These fragile ass humans, even if you get 20 hits in.
Okay, so what if it's 100 people from New York? Now you believe it?
I said it once and I'll say it again. If it's not 100 crackheads, I do not believe it. I do not believe it because people from New York are gonna be like, "Oh, look at you," and then walk off. Unless they got a
like I said,
they're not doing it.
Like I said, if they are bloodlusted and they are ready to kill, the gorilla's dying, bro. Like we've subdued gorillas in the past for like to tame them. We've tamed bigger things. Like
with how many weapons?
Well, you know, cavemen and stuff like, you know, beat up like dinosaurs before.
Yeah, but they're not around anymore.
Well, yeah, but that's my point though. Like, you know, like that's a bigger.
How many of these cavemen are really killing these dinosaurs when not off guard? They probably caught them when they were sleeping. Jurassic Park proved that.
I mean, maybe we got to do that to the gorilla. I'm just saying, there's a term called power in numbers.
Catch it while sleep.
What about
100 is a lot of people, bro.
100 people from Florida. I'm not gonna front. Half of them are crackheads, so maybe.
Again, people gonna die. I'm not saying that it's gonna be an easy clap. It's not. It's not. But
when your body's zombie ridden already, you're gonna get back up somehow.
And imagine, like, you know, adrenaline. Your arm is.
VoQualz, I ain't hear shit from you. What is your thought?
He's analyzing.
He's quiet off in the corner, like, oh,
I'm reading the chat.
Think about that one.
Yeah, if I look here, I've been watching y'all just been scrapping.
Real quick, nephew. Evie said, I've seen 5 YNs run from a pit bull. What do y'all think they're doing with a gorilla?
But that's 5 versus 100. Like, again, they would have to be on a mission. They'd have to be bloodlusted. If they all pussy, of course they're gonna run away and say fuck.
What
this.
in the Vampire Diaries? God damn.
No, I'm talking about like, you know what bloodlust means, right? No, okay. It basically
No, the
means
fact that you're saying it,
you remember Yuji when Mahito, like, yeah, if we have 100 of those type of energy based humans, the gorilla's getting cooked.
well,
I'm
Mahito
not
is a
saying
demon,
they
so-
have to be strong like Yuji, but Yuji was bloodlusted, bro. He was ready to kill. If they all were ready to kill like Gon against Pito, if they had that type of mentality and energy, 100 of that.
I don't know. Anyway, real quick,
Still
nephew,
no,
because
but
I
go
know
ahead.
you were about to chime in and then they jump back in. But go ahead, the floor is yours, real quick, sir.
I don't even give the Crackheads in the Northwest PA, New York, New Jersey any credit because they can't last for too long either. They can only do so much. LOL. Oh wow, Aggie, you're something. You're amazing right now. No, like I said, I was just sitting here and just watching y'all just scrap it back and forth on about the whole case because I was really analyzing because I had my answer when I first saw that too. Because I was thinking about like the history of mankind and stuff like that. But then I was like, okay, I'm thinking really too deep of what this is because it's not doing none of that. It's no details. It's none of it. It's legit. The question is one person. I mean, it's like 100 men versus one gorilla.
Apparently, open field straight.
It's like I just feel like all the other stuff has been added within details and stuff to see which sides have the bigger environment. Because then you would be like, oh, if we have gorillas in trees and stuff like that, of course the gorilla's gonna have a bigger chance because he's in an environment. And if we were talking about we in a mind open, then humans win because it'd be in that environment. I just feel like this topic right here, it's just a depends environment area. And it's just like one of those things of it's like, you're not giving me enough information to let me just decide of what it is. So I feel like this topic is legit the definition of that dress.
Yeah.
You know that color dress.
The blue
black,
or the gold.
And the gold or
But
white.
to be fair, that has to do with people's eyes.
Yeah.
Like people are legit gonna see two different things depending on how colorblind they are.
And that's what this is.
We always get a topic.
So you just prove what I just You just prove what I just mean. You just prove exactly what I mean by this topic. Like that's exactly what this is. So I just feel like it's an either or details what this is. So if I'm on the side of, oh, if this is an open field, humans gonna win 100%. But we're talking about like in an environment, the gorilla's gonna win 100%. So I just feel like that's literally what this whole question is. Like it's there's no black. It's black and white. It's gray. This is a gray question. So it's just like
or black and blue according to Evie. Sorry, Evie, but some people think it's yellow and gold. Like I said, it just depends on the person's eyes and how colorblind they are. And it's weird that things can be like that. That humans can have certain things within them where they see something different.
And that's how exactly how this topic is. Exactly.
No, but to keep it in being is literally the retina. Like literally the retina. Because we all know what color it was. But because of the screen.
Because what's funny about this, I saw Rab So Petty arguing with T-Pain about this topic online, and I'm just like, this is just too much details. They're going too deep about this.
Well, they become death battle all over again.
Exactly.
You know how sometimes they get into it like, how about base level person?
I'm gonna be real.
No powers.
Death battle.
It's like
death battle should be extinct by their information and stuff right now, okay? Because they've been pulling information from games that doesn't even make sense. That's not even.
It's getting out of hand.
They're doing just too. It's such an ass. When I saw the Bardock and Omni Man, get the fuck out of my face out of that. I was like, after that, I was like, okay, we're putting. Oh, that's crazy. But we're not. That's not even what this is. But yes, to the main topic, I just told y'all how I feel about it. So really, what that is. But the weakest was though. For my weakest was. I said this a lot, and I enjoy this, and I can't wait to post this video about it because it's really funny to me. I went to saw Sinners, ladies and gentlemen.
No spoilers. I'm seeing it Tuesday. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh no, I'm not spoiling it. I'm not those. This is not what this is. I'm never that type of person.
Fair.
But the week it was the Sinners, I will 100%, and I'm not gonna be that type of person that everybody likes to be like, oh, this is a black. If you're using a poor black movie, that's not what this is. Because I actually give critiques of movies of what I actually see. It's actually a good movie. I actually will recommend this for you guys to go see this movie. It's really freaking good. Everything else that's we talk about the black culture, not even that with the music, with the blues and all that good stuff. It's really, really sticking to culture and very likely. So, and is a big and if you're a big fan of Blade, this was technically was supposed to be like an old segment of that when it came to Blaze, but they switched it up a lot, so it made super good. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of hot scenes in there, and there are sounds going around about it. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all are crazy for doing it there early, but do what y'all want because that's how it is in this world. But there's a couple of spicy scenes in there, and I know y'all are going to be having the same reaction as me. And Michael B. Jordan definitely did his thing, and the director. So absolutely. So I recommend y'all go see that.
And look, and I'm not saying it's not a good movie. I haven't seen it yet either. It's just, you know what it's like when there's like a big production movie that's like an all black cast that's celebrated in our community. Whether it's a good movie or not, a black person's not going to be allowed to say they don't like it.
Yeah.
Even if they truly feel that way, they better not say it out loud. I remember when Black Panther first came out.
Oh my!
And it was like, if you said you didn't like Black Panther and you were black, then you truly didn't own black community. If you were a white person and said you didn't like Black Panther, you were a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it couldn't just be because that's your opinion. And I'm already seeing that with Sinners. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, and I can see that.
Oh, and if y'all didn't know,
Jasirii said he stands by it.
And if y'all didn't know, this is the same director who directed Black Panther.
Ryan Coogler is a goat. I don't care what nobody says.
So I'm like, there's he got a good. He
Ghost
didn't
said
miss.
Death Battle's been out of hand.
Absolutely, Ghost. But we don't gotta talk about them. At this point, I just rewind to the end to see who they feel like they win. I don't even care about the statistics at this point. But yeah, absolutely. It's the same guy who literally directed Black Panther, and he has not missed. So he done great. He's doing a great job.
Yeah,
so.
I'm going in pretty blind, but you know, I'm hearing nothing but good things about it.
Absolutely, there's a lot of good things.
Yeah. So you know, I'm excited. Me and Jax are gonna see it next Tuesday. They have $7 movies on Tuesdays, so we're trying to wait till Tuesday. You know.
Oh, go, bro. I'm telling you, you're going to see it. Josh Allen, NFL MVP this year.
He's basically talking about the whole thing. You know, a lot of people felt like Lamar should have won that.
Yeah.
And didn't get some, it can't just be because, I mean, their stats were literally identical when his team had a better record than Baltimore. No, they turned it into a race thing. But that seems to get what happens with a lot of things. Another thing that has happened, not just in the past week, but in the past couple of weeks, but it's really starting to eke out. We all know MomoCon's around the corner, and there is a party that is happening there on, I think, Sunday night.
Okay.
And there's some people in this box right now who are going to be very prominent at that event. The King of New York and my nephew to my left.
I know he's talking. Look, right? I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about.
And we got a host and a performer up here right now. What you talking about? Big things.
He's talking about somebody else, bro. That is VoQualz. My name is Delonte Burns. It's nice to meet you. I do not know that guy. That's a different person right there. Have y'all seen Moon Knight? No. Yeah, that's me. If y'all haven't seen it, that's me with different personalities right now. Who are you talking about? That ain't me. Oh, I do not know what you're talking about. That is not me right there. That's someone else. But now, that's it's something popping off. We're definitely popping off. I'm just being humble right now. I'm just locked in. I'm just
hey, listen, wait. Right now. I know you just mentioned MomoCon. I'm going to it. I'll be there. I'll see y'all there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Turn up.
Are y'all going to DreamCon too?
Yep, my financial pot, just like you, financially undisputed.
I was about to say, y'all talking about me. I'm not going to DreamCon because I can't afford it. I can't afford the PTO rather.
Look here, I understand because this was one of those things that when we heard that announcement, every single damn near con is in the goddamn same year. I was like, okay.
Like a weekend away or the same weekend. Listen, bro.
I'm
gonna be a dream next year. But I don't know about y'all. I don't know y'all's situation, but it's just something about being at a convention and having PTO at said convention, and you're just like, I'm buying anime stuff while getting paid. Like I'm doing this. I'm turning up with my friends while getting paid. Like, you know, like when you use PTO, if you're a hardworking professional, it's just when you do stuff like that, it just feels good, bro. Like it feels like, you know, like dang, like
well deserved.
This hard work that I put in is worth it. I don't know. I don't know if y'all feel like that. Anytime I go to a con where I have PTO and I use it for the con, that's what I feel every time, bro. It makes the con better because I'm getting paid to go to the con, but from my IRL job, not at the con. I'm not that cool yet.
But
PTO.
You're definitely doing the big things because we have been noticing that you've been very consistent with your Twitch streams.
Thank you, bro. I'm a new affiliate, you know, so it's, and I will forever say this, man. You know, Smack Pack. That's like the community that I have. You know, the Smack Pack.
Smack Pack.
Smack Pack, Smack Pack.
All the guys you see Jordan playing a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Let the mash the balls and bullshit back to back for you.
Yeah.
Smash Pack, Scratch Pack, Smack Pack, Smack Pack.
So,
man.
you know, it's a beautiful thing, you know, like I said, you know, obviously I'm not going to quit cosplay. Like I shouldn't even have to explain that to people, but you know, I will say it for now. Like I guess right now, you know, if you look over there, there's a new cosplay that I'm going to be showing at MomoCon. I'm going to be hot as hell.
Well, okay, apparently since you have like 7 of them, I would like to hope we're going to see a new one at MomoCon.
7.
Listen.
Give me personally.
Listen, I had to take a break. You're not even like I had to take a break. I just wanted to try like a new medium, but still like relatively obviously the same type of vibe, you know. I've said it once and I'll say it again. I've always been more into live streams, like talking live with people and seeing people's IRL, I guess, reactions of what I'm doing versus just posting. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong if you like to just post and not go live. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I was just doing that for a long time with cosplay, and you know, I started like looking into streaming and stuff. And, you know, as you can see, like my background, like I love Pokemon, like, you know, obviously just anime.
We're going to get into that.
You know, so like I've always wanted to be a PokeTuber, you know, and I won't talk too much about that since you said we're going to get into that. But yeah, no, like I really wanted to throw my hat in the ring of you know, streaming and you know, obviously I'm not trying to be the next Kai Cenat overnight. Like that's insane, right? Like, but I'm just here to have fun, you know, and here to show myself and grow a community of people. And that was actually my New Year's Eve goal this year, like to start posting you know, streaming content and stuff like that. And you know, I don't know. I'm really proud of myself, bro. Like it's been a minute, I guess. And there's moments in my life, I guess, since you guys have known me, where like I've been proud of myself, and this is one of them, man. And you know, I really do appreciate the love and support that I've gained since January. You know, I mean, we're halfway through the year, pretty much, right? So it's like, you know, and
don't remind me.
Yeah, I know. I was just talking about it the other day. I'm like, 2025 is flying. It's flying. It's got wings. So, you know,
I have my own reasons why that needs to slow down.
Yeah, man. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things where I was just like, yeah, man, like I'm not saying I'm never gonna cosplay content again. I'm going to. You know what I'm saying? Like Drell said, I have 7 other cosplays, so I kind of have to. But you know, I wanted to throw my hat in the ring of you know, streaming and being like a PokeTuber, if you will. And you know, I have consistent people from my YouTube, from my Twitch that go to my YouTube and vice versa, or even from Instagram to YouTube. And stuff like that. And it's pretty cool, man. It's really cool. Like, I'm not, anything phantasmable, but to them I am. So, like, I don't know. It's really cool, man. I really do appreciate the love and support. And I've said it once and I'll say it again, bro. Without that, I mean, I'm just kind of doing it by myself, right? Like, if we don't have the people there for us as content creators, we're nothing. With nothing without the views. If we don't have the views, we're not the content creator, if you will. I guess we still are. You could still be the content creator, but y'all know what I mean.
I definitely know what you mean. Aggie says Pokemon cosplay stream when, and that's actually a good question because I know, obviously Pokemon's not the only game that you play. So are you basically just a Pokemon streamer now, or is anybody going to see you like hopping on Smash or anything again anytime soon?
Yeah. I mean, well, the thing is, I'm actually going to be. It's funny that you say that, Drell, because like this weekend, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm waiting for my my fake nephew, CJ. Shouts outs to him. He's a pretty good Smash player. I really want to get back into Smash. It's been a dead game, guys. Like, it's Smash, so like it's never really going to be dead exactly. Like, it's never going to be actually dead. It's a party game, right? So like, but right. From the competitive side, it's been pretty dead.
I mean, it's also been around a long time now.
Yeah, that's the reason why. One of the reasons why it's so dead. So it's like, I'm gonna still play it because like I love it, too as well. And also I'm gonna compete at MomoCon. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna compete. I'm probably gonna get my butt handed to me on a silver platter.
With that attitude, of course you are.
You need your sticks fixed again?
No, I don't actually. Jasirii, you'd be proud. You'd be proud. I've had my controller for the longest, but that's also because I haven't used it.
I'm so
but
proud.
No, Drell, you're right. Like, it's like with competitiveness, you kind of need a balance, right? The way I see it, you need a balance of, understanding that, hey, I'm gonna be playing against people who are. It's basically Kaido against pudding.
Sweat boxes. No showers.
Like you're gonna lose. Like, but I also have to be delusional into thinking that, hey, I may be pudding and you may be Kaido, but I can take your memories.
I thought he was gonna take people's souls, but you know what?
Yeah, okay, souls, even better. You
gotta snatch it right out of their chest. Come on now, Jordan.
Like, you gotta have a balance between the two. And I feel like that's what I personally struggle with, because I'm so into, hey, I don't want to be so delusional to the point where I hurt my own feelings. Like, I don't want to like make myself seem like I'm bigger than what I am. Like, I'm pretty good. I understand that. I'm pretty good. However, I'm playing against people who are top 10 or above in the world. In the world. Okay? Like, it's a very hard balance that I've been trying to play like with myself, like, in my head, because when I went to DreamCon not last year. Was it last year? It was last year. Yeah, it was last year. I didn't do as well as I wanted to when I played in the tournament, but I didn't do like terrible. I did better than the year before. And I'm trying to keep, I try to keep reminding myself, like, my first year at DreamCon, I made 9th place out of 240 people. So, like, when you say that number, it's like, oh, wow, like, you did really good. But it's just like, after that, I went, like, I think 25th out of 240 people or 250 people or something like that. And then the year after that, I made 18th, or it was 17th or 18th or something like that, out of around that same realm of people. So it's like, you know, my goal is to make top 8. Obviously, my goal should be like to win the tournament, but I'm not delusional to the point where I think I will do that. So it's like, but I also have to do that to get better in a way. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. But you know, I'm down to play. I'm down to, you know, I won my first tournament at shouts outs to my boy Tone. He had a tournament, what was it, this year? Yeah, it was this year. Yeah, it was this year. It was a smaller tournament. And I won $100, so that was pretty cool. You know, I think there was like 50 entries. So I won that tournament. You know, and that was pretty cool. My first tournament, but you know, I guess with MomoCon, like I'm gonna be potentially playing against people who got me into competitive. So it's like,
well, the mentality is the people that got you into competitive have to play you. So you make sure you get that in mind.
Yeah, no, you're right. And the thing is, though, you're right. I do need to have that mentality, but it's like one of those things, bro. Like when I get there, it's like, it's not like I freeze. It's more so like I'm kind of just like, okay, I'm gonna try my best, and sometimes my best isn't good enough, and that's okay because I still have a lot to learn, and you know, even though I've been playing it for years and stuff like that, but you know, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna leave it all on the court. You know, I'm gonna leave it all on the sticks. I'm gonna leave it all on the switch.
And that
you know?
part, because if you go into the fight with any kind of doubts or wondering if this is something you can win, you've already lost.
Yeah. No,
So
you're right.
You gotta have that confidence, and you gotta go in there, and you just gotta, even if you don't, it's like, I know I can win this. I'm gonna study them, and I'm gonna see this, and I'm gonna leave it all right here, and I am confident I can win, and then just let the results fall where they may.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny too, man, because last year for DreamCon, you know, I played against Flexecution, and you know, I beat him the first game, like barely beat him, and
But that
I
means
was
it's doable though.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, there's a thing called SD in like, you know, like self-destruct in Smash, where you kind of like accidentally die on accident. And I SD'd basically in the second game. And I'm not gonna lie, it felt like my confidence just got evaporated. It got eviscerated after that. So I ended up losing the second game. So it was best of 3. So like he won 1, I won 1. You know, and then the third game, it was very close, but I ended up losing. And then after that, I was rocking people. I beat like, I think like 9 other people, and then I played him again in like the semifinals, and he beat me. He beat me 2-0. So you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I will say this: I'm very happy and proud of my showing throughout the years. Even after everything I said, I'm still very proud of myself and happy about it. Because like I'm playing really like, bro, I'm playing like insane cracked out people. You guys ever see people play like on like it looks like they have like a DJ set like game, like, you know, it's like, it's not, that's like their controller. Like they press the buttons and stuff. It's not a controller like this. It's like it looks like a pad.
Yeah.
You guys, yeah. Those people are cracked. Those people are so freaking
like
good.
at the freaking arcade or something.
And I've never played anybody like that. And I felt so useless. But it was a good feeling because I'm like, wow, like I have more to learn. I have more to try and everything.
Some people can play fighting games like that. Look, I'm just gonna say right now. First of all, shout out to Sean, Chaos's fiance.
Yes,
like,
W Sean, bro.
W Sean. Like, I'm not playing him in a fighting game. I'm not doing it.
And it's so crazy because it's like you're stepping into a new realm. It's like a white belt fighting a third degree black belt. Like
the second you pull out that thing and put it down, nope, I'm getting up.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm not. I don't have time for that.
I played this guy, I can't remember his name, but he was a Kazuya main, and I played him and he used that like in just friendlies. We weren't even playing in the tournament. I was already out and the tournament was already over. He made 8th place. He was top 8. So I played the top 8 person, and I'm not gonna lie, he had 2 extra stocks out of 3, but you know, he whooped my butt. He whooped my butt. But at the same time, I felt like he was still kind of really trying, like to prove a point and everything. But like, it's like I blinked and I lost, you know. However, one of my friends, Snorley, shouts out to Snorley, my guy Snorley. I played him 2 years ago. He used to be this guy named Gluttony. He used to be his coach in Smash. And Gluttony now is the best Wario in the world. Like, not even like up for debate. He's the best in the world. So I took a couple games off of him. And, you know, he's like my friend and everything now. So, like, I don't know. I guess long story short, like, me continuing to show my face and everything and to show, like, my skills, a lot of the people in the community, like, know who I am now. And, like, they're like, oh, dang, I got to play this guy. Like, that happened. And I was like...
Yes, that's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. Like, you know, so I don't know. It's really cool, man. It was really cool. So, you know... I'm going to show out as best as I can at MomoCon. I'm going to be probably playing a lot more this weekend. I'm not going anywhere and I'm not doing any work or anything this weekend. So I definitely want to get back into streaming. I took like a little break after Anime Ocean City, you know, just to give my mental a little bit of a break. Like I say I took a break, like I didn't stream last night. I did. I streamed last night, but
there right now.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. I haven't been going as hard, I guess, like a couple weeks ago, but I'm gonna be back on that grind, bro. And especially with Smash, because like I'm playing my boy CJ, and he's pretty good. I be beating him, he be beating me sometimes. So you know, I'll be streaming, playing against him in Smash. So look out for that. You know, I'll try to like live stream myself playing at MomoCon when we go. So yeah, man, you know, I like Drell said, it's not just Pokemon. Like Pokemon's kind of the forefront, but there's so many. I got a PS5 now, so like I want to play more games. Like I said, I'm buns. Yeah, Jasirii, I got a PS5 finally. You know what I'm saying?
So, welcome to the gang. Welcome to the gang.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't have many games. I have was it Dead Island 2, Far Cry 6, and Astrobot.
Okay.
But you know, I heard, you know, Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out this year, so I'm like, yeah, let me get
not this year.
It's not?
That's
news to me. I thought it was at the end of this year.
Is it? I don't know. Maybe.
You
know what? I will believe it. It's out when it's out. So
yeah, I was gonna say you might be right. You might be right. It might not come out this year. I've been hearing whispers that it is. So
I will say this. Like I said, definitely play those games. Definitely show those people. Like I said, we're gonna be rooting you on at MomoCon because we know how good you are when it comes to fighting games. But right now, I want to know how good you are with your opinions because I need you officially on the record for our Nickelodeon versus Cartoon Network debate.
I'm gonna give you everything that's off the dome, bro. Let's get it. Let's talk about it. What's up?
Hey, it's just the main answer. We ask everybody. First of all, Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Cartoon Network. No debate.
Hey, look. Applause.
It's just no. If we're talking about best cartoons, Cartoon Network. If we're talking about the fights, Cartoon Network. Like, next question type shit. Like, it's just
the fact that he is straight to the point. And don't get me wrong, because first of all, we've talked about this. We've been keeping this tally now for about 2.5 years. And Cartoon Network right now is running away with it. we have yet to have, and I don't want to bring like sex into any of this, but we've yet to have a guy say Nickelodeon. Like the few that have actually said Nickelodeon have all been women. I don't know what to buy into that. I don't know how to lean into that yet. I'm just going by exactly what my data has. And at some point, I'm going to gather all the old podcasts together and I'm going to put up the list of everybody who has said what. But most people will usually state their case and then they'll move forward. And then we have people like Summer who was standing on business couple of weeks ago, 10 toes down for Nickelodeon, which is the first time in a while, because 2 years ago, Baylit and Mama Senpai was standing on business for Nickelodeon. And it was actually like one of our first podcasts we did when we started this podcast. At that time, it wasn't even one of our like main topics that we did on the podcast. That was just out of nowhere. She was the first one we did it with. It was just something I asked her off the top of my head. Who knew that was going to turn into like a 20-minute debate?
You just gonna break into my room like some hood? My cat's here.
Just creeped up and it's like,
first off, you know your cat run the house, so I don't know why you acting like that.
She's gonna break into like some hood or something, bro.
And I thought, I was like, who's at your door?
Yeah,
like look, you see these videos all the time where you be hearing about the tragic things that happen to people while they're live streaming. I'm like I don't need that happening on my podcast right now.
I'm dying, bro. But no, you know what I think it is, Drell? And I've been wrong before, and I'm okay with being wrong again. But I do think the reason why, now that you mention it, the reason why most women are riding with Nickelodeon more than Cartoon Network is probably an Avatar or SpongeBob bias.
Well, Summer said SpongeBob 1v100s everything.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, Summer. You kind of bugging on that one. Yeah. What are we talking? Are we talking about fighting? Because Ben 10 solos.
He literally said, "Take away SpongeBob, and I would give it to Cartoon Network." But because of SpongeBob, will clear all of Cartoon Network by itself. Those were her words. We have her in 4K.
Cap. I love SpongeBob. Don't get me wrong. I love, my SpongeBob boy. Like, but that's Glaze at the highest power. That's Glaze at the highest power.
And let's see, we got Aggie on record for Cartoon Network. We got Shani on for Cartoon Network. Evie Cartoon Network. Hi Serena. I don't know Hi Serena what that is. I don't know if that's Pokemon reference.
No, but... Serena's my cat.
Ah, okay.
Hey, what up, Shetty? Hello, Shetty. I didn't see you in the chat. What's going on, Shetty? Shetty's always in my stream.
I was about to say, if that's a Pokemon reference again, we're gonna get to that.
Yeah, no. I listen. I love SpongeBob. I love Avatar. I love a lot of the Nickelodeon cartoons that I can't think of right now.
He's cartoon. You're a cartoon. Congratulations. Thank you for joining the crew. This is for you. No sponsors.
Yeah, no, don't show any logos on the screen.
Cartoon Network has the list goes on, bro. Like, it just goes on, bro.
Oh, really? It goes on?
It goes on and
what
on.
Show is dominated for you? What show in Cartoon Network you're like, okay, yeah, this is the reason why I'm sticking to Cartoon Network? What show?
Now, it's kind of like what you were saying about the 100 people versus gorilla. I need to know, I guess, the premise. Like, are we talking about fighting? Because I've seen that too.
Yeah, it don't have to be fighting. It can just be fighting. It's just in general. What show that got you like, okay, what show? If you chose Cartoon Network, what show was like, this is the reason why I chose Cartoon
Network? These are the reasons that this is over Nickelodeon.
Pick one?
You gotta be a reason you look Cartoon Network, right?
Okay. The first one that usually, and it came to my mind just now, there's a bunch of them, right? Like the list goes on, but however, the first one that comes to my mind is Samurai Jack.
Watcha.
Like to have a show that doesn't say a damn thing.
It's almost no dialogue in that thing. Almost none.
But you feel it. It don't gotta say nothing, bro.
It's all music, action, and emotion.
It's like that's one of my favorites, if not my number one favorite.
Yeah, cool,
dude. Like it hits so hard. I remember when I was in college is when Samurai Jack ended, and I was just watching it like each week, and I'm like, dude, Kid Me is thriving right now. Like, Samurai Jack's probably my favorite. Next is Ben 10, bro. Ben 10's up there. I gotta give it to my boy Ben. Like in any shape or form of the original Ben 10. Okay, it gets a little kind of.
I was about to say, what are we talking about?
Yeah, original OG Ben 10 and into the Omniverse, the second one. That one was valid when it was like, Gwen and Kevin 11, they were working together.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one's cool too. Everything else is kind of mid. I'll admit. Everything else is a little, in my opinion, a little mid.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't even gotten into like the OOGs, the OGs, like Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes. Like,
Summer's never watched those.
And that's her issue. Summer, I love you. I got you a present. If she sees this, Summer, I got you a present from Ocean City. That's her issue.
She'll be at MomoCon.
Okay, cool. I'll bring her a present. Valid. That's her issue. She hasn't seen enough Cartoon Network, and I'm okay with that because she's a little bit younger. She ain't really grow up like it.
These things reran on television to this day. Like I literally dropped a video today on all the social media pages about how she had no idea what Gullah Gullah Island was.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Never heard of it.
Hey, she put him in there.
I saw that video.
Hey, she almost put him in ER by saying that.
And Nickelodeon is her favorite network, and she grew up in a Caribbean family, but she doesn't know that.
Noah Gullah, that's wild. That I didn't even think about the Caribbean part. That's wild.
Like I know you're 23, but that stayed in reruns for years.
Yeah. Gullah Gullah Island was And when you sang it in the video, in the short, I was like, it brought back memories. I was like kind of dancing with you singing. Like, yeah, that is kind of crazy. She never even heard of it. Like,
yeah. Like, I'm sorry, I broke when she said I'd never even seen this frog before.
Oh no, he's not sorry. Oh, you were not sorry.
No, I said I broke. I broke. Like that got me. I was like, wow. Like, it's one thing to have never seen it, but to have never even knew it existed. Because there are a lot of things out there, it's like, I know these are there, but I've never watched it myself. To just be like, I didn't know that was a thing until you said it just now.
Right. And
that's different.
Hey, that's just you know what that
No answer.
Hey, you know what that means? We're cooked. Hey, that's what that means. Hey, we're cooked.
You know what? and that's fine because we know that he got Cartoon Network over Nickelodeon.
And the deeper we go with the younger folks, we're cooked. It don't even matter what we say.
But the fact, at least she knew what Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry was. She just didn't watch them.
Yeah.
But they're also like Emmy-winning, like big time, like face of franchise stuff. Gullah Gullah Island was definitely. I'm sorry, it ran. Obviously, it ran in the 90s. I think it ran from 94 to 2000, but it ran in reruns for like the next like 15 years or so after that. So it's like don't play with me. Like I know I'm old. And the more and more people that come around that are like, I don't know what that is. It just kick me in the grave now.
That's criminal. And back to Cartoon Network though, man. Like it seems like every era of Cartoon Network was a banger. Like you have the Tom and Jerry, the Looney Tunes. You have the somewhat newer generation after Samurai Jack, Courage Cowardly Dog, Ed, Ed and Eddie, era. You have regular show, Adventure Time. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Steven Universe. Which, by the way, is one of Summer's all-time favorite shows.
And it's insane that she's not giving Cartoon Network their flowers. That's crazy. But hey, I mean, you know, that's her opinion. It is what it is. I can't change that.
Hey, Summer, I'm saying this right now, live on camera. I ain't say a word, so you better not say anything to me when I see you at MomoCon. I ain't say a word.
Look, we can do this because we know it's all this when it comes to Summer Drew.
Yeah, 100%.
That is the little sister all day, every day,
hey,
and that's what you do to little sisters.
You can be
kick
a little
dirt
sister,
on them.
okay, and then when she see us with that mix, she ain't fit a knuck if you buck when we see
Well,
her.
that depends on if she's had a Tito's or not. But let's go ahead and move on because
let's get it.
You know, it's. I have an anime question for you. I actually want to steal this from Crunchyroll, but that's where I got it from. So, if you were writing a crossover anime episode, which 2 anime are you using?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Any mashups that you've had? Any idea that you've wanted to see?
I've always wanted to see specifically Luffy and Naruto hang out. Like, that's like a classic to me, you know?
Sorry.
What, you don't like my opinion?
Jasiri's reaction.
Jasiri's face just got me. I wasn't ready for Jasiri's face to just turn like that.
Jasiri's lagging for me right now, so
really?
I can't tell what his reaction is.
Jasiri hit you with it, really?
Yeah, why not? They would literally, people be like, yo, Naruto beats Luffy. Wait, no, but Luffy has Toon Force. They are gonna fight and then want to eat food afterwards, bro. Like they're not gonna really scrap. Like they're gonna scrap, but then they're gonna be like, hey man, like
they're not gonna fight because they're not gonna have a reason to.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like I feel like they're so similar, but they're so opposite at the same time. Like, if Luffy was friends with Sasuke and Naruto was friends with Zoro, first of all, if Luffy was friends with Sasuke, he would have said, all right, go do what you want to do. Like, you want to go hang out with Snake Boy over there? Do your thing, bro. Like, I ain't gonna go chase you. like Luffy and Naruto are so similar, but they're also so different. And I think that's interesting.
Luffy does chase after his friends, though.
Who? Who?
He said, so he didn't go after Sanji and Robin?
He did, but the thing is, if Luffy were to be like not best friends with Sasuke, obviously if he was best friends with Sasuke, he would. But the thing is, he would be like,
if we switch these scenarios, he would be a member of their crew. Is what I was saying.
Oh, like okay, if Sasuke was a
member,
yes,
if he left, Luffy would go after him.
He would give him an ultimatum like he gave Sanji, and then put it in his hands. That's what Luffy would do. He would give Sasuke an ultimatum and say, I can't be Pirate King unless you're my emo boy. Okay? Like the same thing that he said to Sanji. And then Sanji had to put it in his hands and be like, okay, I got to go spin the block for my boy. That's what Luffy would do. He would go after him, but then like, hey, listen, I can't do what I want to do without you. And Sasuke would be like, that just made it a lot easier for me. I'm out. Like, what are we talking about? Sasuke's not like Sanji in that regard. He's not. Like
Well, no, because Sasuke will actually try to kill Luffy because that was his whole thing. It's like, I need to sever this.
I get that, but if say he tries to kill Luffy and Luffy doesn't die, and then Sasuke is gonna bounce like he did with Naruto, like he tried to kill Naruto, and then he just ended up bouncing. If that were to happen, and Luffy is like not unconscious, and he's like, Sanji, I need you to be Pirate King. I can't do it without you. Sasuke's gonna look at him like, okay, well, figure it out, nigga. Figure it out. I don't know what I'm gonna go find power. Like that's that. Like,
I was sorry. This man Jasirii is really looking.
Jasiri's been frozen the entire time for me. I can't tell how he looks.
Well, we could tell you. Trust me. He on the stream. He is fine. So you might want to look at his expressions if you got our podcast pulled up on YouTube, because that might be it might be delayed for you, but you might have to do it like that there, because he's had a look at you for a while. In fact, Jasirii, you want to chime in on him right now?
Nah, I was about to say there actually is a Naruto One Piece crossover story. That's why when you said it, I had to stop and I was like, is it? But then I remember reading it, but it was fan fiction. But I do know that they did have a panel where like Luffy was in Konoha Village at Arakimura's ramen shop, where they ran into each other.
Yeah, because I know about, they do the fan fictions and stuff like that. But as far as actual stories, now we have Naruto and the Ninja Turtles, which are two of my favorite things ever.
That is fire.
Big time Ninja Turtle fan, big time Naruto fan over here. So But
I'm just thinking about it as Sasuke in Shippuden and not in Boruto. Like Sasuke in Boruto is not the same as he was in Shippuden.
You know that?
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like before he left to go fight, or not fight, but like to go get stronger with Orochimaru and stuff and blah blah blah. To have his like, Orochimaru / Diddy night or whatever you want to call it.
Huh? We're not gonna hang on that. Keep going.
His mentality of friendship wasn't there, bro. It really wasn't there. So like that's what I'm saying. Like if Luffy were to be like Sanji, or I keep saying Sanji, Sasuke, if you leave, I can't be Pirate King. He gonna be like, all right, come find me then. I don't know. Like, figure it out. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, Sanji, like him on his way out, bro, he was crying. He was devastated. It's not the same. But, I really don't know how the dynamic of Naruto and Zoro would be. I feel like they would just, train. Like it would actually be kind of lit and like platonic, and yes. But outside of One Piece and Naruto, I guess another one would be like JJK and solo leveling. That's another one I thought of. Yeah.
Okay. I can see that one.
Yeah.
Why did Orochimaru bite Sasuke in the neck? To give him a curse mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was to turn him up.
Yeah.
He gave him that forbidden hickey.
Yeah. They gave him a lot of extra power. Forbidden hickey.
That was a good one.
Okay, yeah, I rock with that one.
That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. You know what? I was listening to y'all talking. I was like, I feel like this is the greatest one, and I feel like a lot of people just forgets about it.
Luffy is gonna fall asleep while Naruto does his talk no jutsu. I'm crying.
Now you got one?
Yo, check these comments.
I know, I've been checking. I just been letting Jordan go. What I got great is a crossover, and I know it'll be fire. Fire Force the Soul Eater.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think of that because it's the same universe.
They're in the same universe, so you already see the same moon, and you've seen all that. So you had the Grim Reaper and them all to cross over with the Soul Eaters, and they're already talking about the soul, about the fires in there, because it's just literally with the Cataclysma and stuff. The Adola bursts. We're talking about souls in there, bro. Soul Eaters talking about souls as well. Why are we not just boom and what King and just have a crossover right there? Like, that would be so fucking Frankenstein. And oh my God.
That would be pretty gas.
What?
That would be pretty sick.
Yo, that would be the most fire crossover ever if they would have done that together. Look here. Make it. Hey, I just told y'all a fire one. Make it happen. Make it happen right now. Make it happen. You know it'll be fire. Stop playing.
Was there like a fan fiction of that? I don't know if I thought I heard about it. Wasn't like an actual one, right? Like it was like kind of like somebody kind of just made it happen. And they kind of put it how it would be or whatever. I thought I heard something. I don't remember what it was called, but
I don't know. Say another.
But we need it to actually happen.
I know that would be fire. No, if they done those two together, will be absolutely fire. They put
that would be
Fire
sick.
Force and Soul Eater together.
That
Make
would
it
be
happen.
pretty sick.
Make it happen.
You got one, King of New York, Jasirii?
I'm not even gonna hold you. The one that's been sitting on my mind a lot lately is like Bleach and Demon Slayer.
That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting.
Okay.
That is the most biggest power gapping I've ever seen in my life. How would that work? Please tell me how would that work?
All right, so hear me out. Yeah, Soul Reapers have to deal with, these spiritual beings that are basically demons. The demons are already demons. They would have to come down, find out what's going on in the regular world while the whole demon thing is going on with the demon corp. So if they wind up running into each other, it's like, all right, cool, we can teach you how to release more spiritual pressure, like basically spinning off to give every demon slayer a Bankai now because they all have their swords made. But now what if they were just taking up to the Soul Society, and then brought back down just to train? They're like, all right, cool, here y'all badges. Now they're crossing over.
That means they gotta be a substitute Soul Reaper as well, or dead.
I mean, Goku, Rengoku will come back. I'm just saying. Hey, go bring back Goku. Come on. Hey, listen, I said keep an open mind. I didn't say it was gonna be 100.
Hey, I ain't said nothing. I was listening. I was trying to see how would that work. I just asked how would that work. I was not sitting it down. I just asked how would that work. You showed me. You said it for a reason. I just want you to rock the boat with me, like Tina Turner. I could ride the boat. Like, you feel me? Just tell me where we going. That's it. I'm not shooting it down. We all got great creativity. Come on now.
Yeah.
Jordan said Naruto and One Piece. Say what?
No, I said I do have one more, but one of them is an anime.
Okay.
My Hero Academia and Teen Titans.
That would be pretty sick.
That would be gas.
That would be.
I'm not talking
pretty
about
sick.
Teen Titans Go.
I know, we know, because Teen Titans was I mean, it had the anime style, so they were inspired by anime as far as their animation goes. So
yeah,
I feel like the biggest.
I mean, it's all superheroes at the end of the day. So
I feel like Robin would be the biggest, and I know what everybody else would say. Have you not seen what Robin do with the My Hero Academia is different, and I mean by villains and stuff as well. So I feel like I could see everybody else doing, even Cyborg. I can see everybody else doing what I feel like Robin would just be the only one. I feel like Robin would be in Vigilante.
Ooh.
Robin would be My Hero Academia Vigilante. Boom. That's where he'll be at.
Damn.
That's where he'll be at.
I'm holding off on watching it.
And I said it too. I don't care about comments. You can jump on me about this as well. But look here. I look here. If y'all watch My Hero Academia Vigilante, you can see why I said My Hero Academia Vigilante. Robin gives out that aura in Teen Titans, even though he's a hero. But let's be real. We saw how Robin handled each villain. The man jumped off the building and did a
Knees first.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like he done a lot of stuff, especially when it came with Red X. So I feel like he'll be in he will fit so perfect in Vigilante.
Robin's quirk is that he can't break bones.
Robin quirk is his pole. What are we saying? That is his quirk right there. Every time you see him, ping.
Well, what about you, Drell? What would yours be?
I'm evil, so I would say like Pokemon and Attack on Titan.
Why you gotta do the Pokemon like that, bro? Wait. The Titans won't eat the Pokemon. They don't eat animals. Do they count as animals?
I don't know what.
Do they not really eat animals? I could have sworn one of them.
No, they don't.
Nah,
they don't eat animals.
One of them didn't bite off
the whole thing.
Head off.
Well, that's probably because on command. Because you did have a Beast Titan was controlling. So if you have a Titan that was controlling them Titans would do whatever you say.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about like natural, just walking around, I wouldn't see that either. Because there was legit deer just walking around, hanging outside, just chilling. But if you have the beast Titan form who controls him, yeah, he'll eat those animals.
He'll end up eating Ash and Misty and Brock, bro.
Rayquaza are gonna come down and body a couple.
Somebody Ash better become a Titan. What do you mean?
Bro, how would that storyline even be in Attack on Titan?
What do you mean? It's gonna start with Ash finding out exactly what happened to his dad. He was taken out by a Titan, and we're gonna go from there. Him and Pikachu gonna try to figure it out.
Oh my God, Drell is evil. Drell is evil.
I'm gonna keep going. We gotta keep diving. Deep. We can't just knock it. There's so much to Pokemon, bro. We can't just put full Attack on Titan stuff. What about the gym member? What about gym memberships and stuff like that? He wants to be the very best. How's that gonna work?
I mean, we did have the scouts in Attack on Titan, so I guess the gyms can exist too. You know, we keep forgetting that island is not the only place that exists in the world. So, you know, so maybe they can have them set up in Marley or something, you know.
Look, what is an Onyx gonna do against an Aaron Yeager, bro?
There are some huge Onyxes. They're not the small ones.
Yeah, but
let's not sleep on Pokemon though, because we do got legendaries. Let's not hold up.
I'm just talking about gym leaders. I know the legendaries, you know, they're busted.
Yeah, because I was like, I know Attack on Titan got some cool people. They got some like powerful people. I'm like, hold on, us Pokemon got some heavy hitters too, and that don't even got to be legendary now.
I was just talking about like the gym leaders, like I'm just picturing Aaron going up against Brock. He's stepping on Geodude and ripping an Onyx. Next, okay, Staryu and Starmie. They're gonna be blinking just like the anime. Next,
what was it? Staryu, if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard this somewhere. I don't think Staryu ever won a battle in Pokemon.
No,
never, not once.
You heard right, Drell. You heard right.
Oh no, you ate with that.
Aggie, you're cooking.
Oh God, what
you're
cooking?
I
gotta go to the comments.
Hajime no Ippo, a Megalobox. Ooh,
that'd be tough.
Gearless Joe versus Ippo Maka.
Oh yeah, Ippo's her favorite, so yeah, that's on brand.
Now I'm gonna be real. Ippo taking that. Ippo's taking that. Ippo's taking that cross. What? I can see it. I can already see how the whole thing set up from the beginning in. Oh my God, that would be fire. But you know how most crossovers will be. No main character wins. They both, it's a tie at the end of the day. They do it to like every crossover in history of crossovers. Jimmy Timmy Power Hour, they do it to like, they did that. If you watch the Baki and that crossover, you saw the ending of them basically was like, I like your power. You're strong too. All right, yeah. We had the freaking what was that? It was Jet Li and Jackie Chan. We had that epic fight. Like, bro, they stay doing that when it comes to all crossovers. Mm-hmm. They would never ever let one person ever win or one other side. It's just always like, yo, we're both strong. And then us fans is like, bullshit. I know that's not enough. I know there's more because we've seen it.
They don't like seeing winners. I remember the episode of I think it was the episode of Superman, the cartoon where the Flash actually it might have been the Flash. It was one of them. They were together in the same episode and they had a race. We never found out who won that race.
Oh yeah.
That's a fact. Even though the Flash really won, but I understand.
Right, but the episode ended after they had to stop and save the day and was like, all right, let's continue our race. And that was it. Like, they never gave us a winner.
Like, you, middle finger.
Like,
middle finger, man. Pinky finger, Chinese, man. Like,
hey.
Asian style.
Ghost Channel, you right. Draco Meteor does exist, but it also does miss.
You know,
and if you're anything like me, you're gonna miss Draco Meteors.
Don't sleep on the regular Pokemon either. Draco Meteor exists. I'm just saying.
There was another one I just thought of.
I just want to see chaos.
I just thought of it. Oh, Akuma reminded me of Soul Leveling. What about Soul Leveling and Sword Art Online? They're kind of like the same in ways, you know. Like that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of.
All I know for a fact that Sun Jinwoo is taking over every single thing in Sword Art Online. The only thing about I just feel like the only thing would just be irking is it's just going to be the hacking of the system, and that's where we at on solo leveling right now. Meanwhile, Swords Art Online are like so far superior when it comes to doing the digital stuff, so they're gonna have to find some way to have both of those stories to match up very well, because one is in the real world and go back, and one is stuck in false reality until we go to different seasons. Now we don't know where we're going on a Sword Art Online, but hey, we don't know what's going on with Sword Art Online. That's how it is now. It's too much stuff going on. God damn it,
Dragon Ball Z and Yu Yu Hakusho, Shenny. That's
they only want that because we know Goku's gonna want to fight Yusuke because he's strong, and it's that alone. The whole reason why it's the whole reason why I would also say Dragon Ball or Sailor Moon, just so we can get that over with once and for all. And the fact that if you got somebody in your universe that can literally reincarnate people, what the hell do you need a Dragon Ball for?
That is true. Yo, soul leveling and Hunter x Hunter would be kind of fire. Akuma, that would be kind of fire. I didn't even think of that. Damn.
I would also say, I'm gonna just stick on Pokemon at this point. Pokemon and Food Wars, because it gives Soma more things to cook.
Jesus Christ. I can't even be mad. They be eating slowpoke tails. I can't even be mad.
You know what? Because I'm stuck it there at that point. Let's go ahead and get into the Pokemon discussion, because I told you that we were getting there. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna stick it right there. And then I'm gonna backtrack in general. Since I said that about Food Wars, and believe it or not, I did not have that planned. That was a happy accident. So let's talk about eating Pokemon, because you've talked about that before, Jordan. What Pokemon would you eat? How would you prepare them?
A Gyarados would feed an entire village.
Gyarados will feed an entire. But how are you preparing it?
We are going to get a giant bonfire and chop that dragon fish up and put it on the grill.
Yeah, I want to season it.
Lots of seasonings. Yeah,
Well, we got Pokemon for that too.
Mm-hmm. We're going to chop up Scovillain, and it's going to be a little spicy on top of the Gyarados. And it's going to be very delicious and delectable.
Also, legendary Pokemon probably tastes really good.
Soho.
Have you ever had a sautéed Suicune?
I want a Soho just because I think that'll be exotic meat.
Hell is not.
Sauté Suicune with a side Celebi salad.
Set out a Celebi salad. Oh my! See, now you cooking for real.
Trying to tell you, bro. Listen, man. There's Pokemon that I would never eat, like a Pincurkin. I can never say its name. It's like a sea urchin. I'm never eating that.
That's fair, actually, there are animals we would never eat, so that's fair.
Like, there's actual people that eat sea urchins, and I don't understand why you would do that. But you know,
look, and for people that always say whenever we bring this up, why do you want to give us a scenario where we're eating Pokemon? Look, do you think everybody in the Pokemon world are vegetarians?
They're not. Like I said, Team Rocket sold and trapped out Slowpoke tails, and they ate them. That was a delicacy. And in the anime, Magikarp, like they were thinking of eating, like it was Ash and Brock, like it was like a Titanic like episode, like the boat that they were on like capsized, and they were like on a draft, like a raft in the middle of the ocean, and they were like, oh man, we're gonna die, we need to eat, and they were envisioning eating Magikarps, bro.
I mean, what else are they good for?
I mean, equivalent to a snapper, so.
Oh, by the way, another reason why I would want to do Pokemon with Attack on Titan is so a Titan could step on Tracy Sketchit, because I don't like him.
Damn, what Tracy do to you?
He's one of the worst characters of Pokemon.
Tracy.
I was never fan. Tracy Skekit. I don't care about your drawings, bro.
He had an old ass Scyther.
She has no real contributions, like you said. Oh my god.
His Scyther was like 85 years old.
Yes, if anybody ever wanted to define useless in the Pokemon world, it would be Tracy.
Damn. Tracy's like the 50 Cent meme. Why he say fuck me for?
I'm gonna put you on the...
Who would have thought Tracy would have caught a stray in 2025? That's crazy.
He was catching strays in 1999 in my household. But
you know what's funny?
First of all, I was already upset that we lost Brock for this guy.
I was just about to say that. Like, we lost Brock because of controversy, and then it was like reverse controversy. We lost Brock, and people were like pissed that we got Tracy. And then the Pokemon company was like, all right. We'll bring back Brock. Like, that's literally what happened.
But I mean, even that you replaced Brock with someone else interesting.
Right. There was no other interesting side character that replaced Brock. Like, they tried Tracy. It was trash. They brought Brock back. Then they tried to get rid of... It was such a weird moment in Pokemon because people were like, so mad at the fact that like he was a black guy with like, you know, his Asian eyes. I'm not saying I agree with them. These are just what people were saying.
I'm also saying mixed people exist.
Right. Like, he was Blasian. What's wrong with him being Blasian? Like, and they got rid of him for Tracy. And then people were pissed that they got rid of Brock. There was more people pissed about getting rid of Brock than people that were actually pissed about Brock. So they realized that, and then they brought Brock back. And then the hate came back.
They told Tracy to hit the bricks.
Right. And then they tried something new with Sillin, the green-haired guy. I don't know if you guys know him. Yeah, and that wasn't that good. And then they brought Brock back again.
Still better than Tracy. But anyway, Jasirii, how are you preparing your Pokemon?
If this man doesn't pick a Tauros for Oxtail, he's not real.
Why was I about to say? Like, you know, you have to catch a Tauros and then you throw it, you have to cut the tail off, you know, cut the backside and, you know, season it up with some browning, put it in a pressure cooker, you know, chop up the tail. Then you have your browning, scallion, onion, browning, oxtail seasoning, you know, good things, and then, you know, after that you saute it back and forth, and then, you know, and all the good things, you know. But besides that, you know what I mean, you got the Lapras, you know what I mean. Lapras is mad delicate, you know, soft, you know, very, very, very tender, you know what I mean. You gotta get the fish seasoning, you feel me? So, you know, you got that old bay because it's not your new bay. It's been the one dedicated to your side since dedicated. But yeah, you get some of that, cut some onions, you know what I mean. Scallion again, black pepper, pimento seed, you feel me? Then after that, it all comes together, you know what I mean? Throw it in the oven for 3 minutes, take it out, put it back on the skewer and all that, you know what I mean? And give some rice and peas. What? Yo. Yeah. That's how we do it over here. You know what I mean?
See, Pokemon edition. Now we found out what Jasirii will be eating.
Next time, we'll have that cooked up Lapras.
Yes. Also, I'm from Maryland, so, you know, I gotta pick Kingler. So, you know, I'd eat a Kingler. I'd 100% eat a Kingler. That would be pretty fire. Yeah. That would be really good.
That's a fact. Shoot.
I just want to giant claw before anybody asks me about any other Pokemon would I eat, bro. I know there was one point in time I thought about this, but then when I recently looked at these Pokemons and I just can't do it. I can't eat a Pokemon. I'm saying this live on a record. I'm not finna get pointed by anybody right now. I know there was a clip a long time ago. That's why I'm saying this now. There was a clip a long time ago. I know that I had my mindset that I thought about which Pokemon, and I thought about it for sure. But now, in my recent time of events, ladies and gentlemen, I will not be eating a Pokemon because I saw a lot of videos back in the day, and it was a lot of virals, and I was like, oh my God, that dude looks so good, but I cannot condone in that behavior anymore. So I'm going to sit back and sip on my Pokemon cup that I love the most. I will not be condoning eating any Pokemon.
So he would be a vegetarian in that universe.
I will not be condoning. I'll be a vegan. Not vegetarian, I'll be a vegan.
So you're drinking the milk tang juice?
I guess so. I guess so. I'll be drinking some
Smoked
almond milk.
Magikarp, Goldeen, Feebas, and Infineon. Yes, Shani. You know what's funny? One of my like, I don't like to say followers. I don't know. It just feels weird, I guess. Like one of my supporters, you know, because they support me, they support you guys and all that stuff. My friend Nick, he would, like, any Pokemon I run into in the wild, he would make it like so extravagantly delicious. He would make it sound so good, you know, and it was just one of those things where, like, it, you know, shouts out to Nick also, Nick. It got to a certain point where he made a restaurant called Ruby Rapidash. Like, I don't know, it was just really cool. But I mean, I hear you, VoQualz, you know, like, you know, it's like
you don't hear me. You don't hear me.
I do.
You don't hear me. You're cooking Pokemons. You're not hearing me. We're on two different sides. Don't compare me with you, like, or put me on your side of the world. We are like two different.
You're like Bruce. You know, Pokemon are friends, not food.
Oh my
man.
Look here, man. All I know is if I had a Pokemon, I will legit cuddle with them like they're my actual pet, because I do have a dog. So I will actually treat them like an actual family member. That's just how I am.
And some Pokemon can be treated like that, just like animals. But then there are some that we eat.
Right.
Facts.
And I don't want to do that.
No one's talking about we're eating a Pikachu.
I don't want to touch none of them, because some of them probably poison.
And some of them probably are.
Can't do that.
The normal types are like literal, just like animals at this point. Like Tauros is just a bull.
That's literally what he is.
I don't want to eat the little deers, the rats, the rabbits.
Wait, have y'all eaten deer before? Deer's delicious.
Yeah, deer's actually very tender.
It's very rubbery to me. It tastes rubbery to me.
Oh wow, okay, all right, fair enough. I was gonna say I'd eat a deerling. I'd eat a deerling.
Look here, my family is the definition of country. We are from the South.
Yeah, y'all.
You name it,
yeah,
they have it. We are the definition of we'll eat every single intestines of a pig.
Oh, I don't do all that. Yeah,
welcome to the South.
I wish I was like Jasirii, where I could be allergic to pig, but.
Well, if anybody wants to assassinate me, you know what to drop in my food.
Look, I don't even want to
Hey,
pig over here. That's just what my family just loves over here.
Well, I'll tell you what, sir. You don't have to tell us how you're going to eat a Pokemon. But you can take the original 3 starter Pokemons and tell me which one has to go.
Oh.
Did we not do this before? I feel like we did this before.
It's been 2 years. So we're updating here.
I remember what Chaos said. She'll keep her Bulby. She's a Bulbasaur girl.
Yeah, she was a Bulby girl.
Hey, look at my brain started. Remember, look at that. Bam. Bam. Look at that.
It wasn't no one has to go. She just went on her soapbox about how much she doesn't like Charizard.
So it was like,
I
know, I remember that.
No, it wasn't a one has to go. She was just talking about how much she didn't like Charizard. And then during that, she said, I'm a Bulby girl.
I remember.
But we never did a one has to go with it. But we'll do it here. And you know what? In fact, I'll let you sit on this because I forget that Jordan is our guest here. So, Jordan, I'm going to get this so that the people listening to this later can get it on the record. Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, one has to go.
Bulbasaur, no questions asked. Bulbasaur, no questions asked.
Chaos, I ain't do it. 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 Chaos, I did not do
Yeah,
that.
Chaos is gonna see this,
Chaos ain't
and
good.
she's a Bobby girl.
Listen, man. Y'all can say Charmander and Charizard and Charmeleon. You can say the whole line's overrated. There's a reason why it's overrated because dragons are amazing. Okay, like dragons are just dragons are just cool. Okay,
he's a dragon.
Cool. Well, he's not a dragon type until he gets the mega evolution.
There we go.
But
there we go.
We're not about to sit here and act like a dragon isn't cool, bro. Like, I'm so tired of it, man. I'm so tired of people like say. I get it. Charizard is a little overrated.
Yeah. Keep saying what's on your mind. No. Keep going.
But there's a reason for that, right? Because he looks cool. He just looks cool, bro. Like he can't. Oh, so looking cool is a crime. Looking cool is a crime. Come on now. And then second to me, for me at least, Squirtle. I like Squirtle more than I like Blastoise, even though the song, big man Blastoise, big man Blastoise, big man. Like that's a cool song, you know what I'm saying? Listen, Bulbasaur is cool. I'm not saying that he sucks. He kind of does because grass types kind of suck. It is what it is. Like competitively speaking, like they have the most weakness out of the three. Like what are we talking about? But Bulbasaur, man, if we're looking at the whole line as a whole, bro, like Venusaur is cool, but like comparatively speaking, bro, like he's not beating Charizard, bro. Like in any world. You can have a Mega Venusaur with thick fat. Guess what? I got a Mega Charizard with Dragon Claw, Tough Claws. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, bro? And then you got Blastoise with Mega Launcher and Ice Beam and just Dark Pulse. I know I might be talking foreign language to a lot of y'all, but it's some of y'all understand what I'm talking about. I feel like there's a demographic.
Look here, just because they don't understand doesn't mean he's not dying. Keep going.
Like it's just it is what it is, bro. Like I'm not saying I hate Bulbasaur, but if one's gotta go, it's Bulbasaur. No questions asked.
Mm-hmm.
No questions asked.
Listen, okay, man. So King of New York, what do you got?
Squirtle, my number one. That's gang. That's number one. That's gang. You feel me?
I thought you said Squirtle. I have to go. I almost choked.
I was about to be like,
I was like, that was fast. Like, wait, dang. Okay.
Squirtle is gang. And I'm not gonna front.
Come on, I saw the post. Just be honest. I saw the post. I saw your starter pack of generation of each list that you posted. Go ahead and say it. I know you're going. I already know where you're going with. I saw the post.
So you remember who I dropped out?
Absolutely.
Say it.
You like Charmander, bro. I saw the post. You gotta tell me
it's
twice.
A dragon. Like,
is he?
He's a little lizard dude
with wings, but he definitely trumps Bulbasaur. I ain't gonna front.
The reason I'm saying that because I ain't trying to have the comments keep attacking y'all, because they will do that.
People try to be so cool to hate on things that are cool. Like it's cool.
Like a shiny Charizard is fire. That's literally my
shiny Venusaur looks like a kid peed on it. Look up what shiny Venusaur looks like, and then you tell me if I'm eating dog food. It looks like a kid peed on it.
It does look weird.
like shiny Blastoise, or even the whole line of Squirtle 2 Blastoise, his shell is green. That's cool. Like, why? I feel like people be trying so hard to hate on things that are cool. Let's stop that, bro. like let's appreciate things that are cool. You know, like Charizard is cool.
Okay, so looks like we got a 2 for 2 for Bulbasaur.
So this is what I want to say before we keep going. Just put Chaos in his clip and let them attack each other back and forth. Because that's literally what I hear in my head right now. My pick, I will respectfully, because I had this conversation and talk and doing all my Pokemon of research and my brain has been recently watching some Pokemons. But this is just me though, so just want to point that out there. This is my opinion. But I would say, due to all the fact of me growing up, I wasn't that much of a Charmander person. I was more of a Bulbasaur. I'm sorry, not Bulbasaur. I'm sorry, a Squirtle. I was huge Squirtle guy. Huge Squirtle. And then, like you said, when we got the song with Big Man Blastoise, I never been so proud of the internet in my life. That was the first time I was actually proud of TikTok, was making me hit super smile. Like I even pulled the song of Spider-Man with the anti-venom, and I had to put Big Man Blastoise in it because obviously, boom. So obviously I keep that. So I would say Charmander would go respectfully because I haven't really used him that much in the game. I was more into the water-based type world and stuff, especially when we got Pokemon Rangers. I was definitely more want to be a Squirtle guy in that world. So yeah, I would say, me respectfully, I would say Charmander. And it's not saying because he's overrated. It is not saying anything like that. It's just I haven't really just picked him like that, honestly. So I've been more Squirtle.
And I think a lot of y'all have already said this because, I mean, getting rid of Squirtle would mean getting rid of the Squirtle Squad. And
they're cool.
I'm not getting rid of the Squirtle Squad. And without Squirtle, there's no evolution to Big Man Blastoise. Big Man Blastoise. Big Man Blastoise. It's not happening. So it's like, look.
Yeah, that's a goddamn game made Blastoise. They never put that Pokemon fighting game up there. That song would never been made.
Now, I would say this, though, when it comes to Charmander. Charmander was cute, obviously, fire, nice. Now, if we were just specifically talking about Ash's Charmander, I say get his butt up out of here. Because once he started evolving, he kind of turned into a dick.
Listen, I will never not say this, that Charmander was an emo white boy.
Charmander was cool. But when he became Charmeleon,
Charmander was, first off, he was hurt. He was in a box. He was staying in the rain waiting for somebody that was never coming back for him.
Yeah, he was
Second, he started taking out his anger on everybody when he became Charmeleon. Like, he didn't even have to be that much of a dick, but he was a dick 24/8. Mm-hmm. Then afterwards, when he became Charizard, he was just angry and mad at everybody because he deserved everything in the world.
He fought when he felt like it.
You
literally taught Ash a fight. Literally cost him a fight. Just went to sleep.
You know there's a lore to that. So if you look back at Ash when he got all of his gym badges, how many of his gym badges were given to him?
Let's see. Brock gave it to him. Misty's sisters gave it to him. She didn't even want to do that. Let's see. Like, we keep going. Look, most of Ash's Pokemon followed him. He didn't catch a lot of them. Like, Ash kind of skated early on.
He skated his whole 1 year from all those regions.
Brock gave him his gym badge. He was gonna beat Misty until Team Rocket came through, but they ended up giving it to him. He won Lieutenant Surge, fair enough.
Yes.
Erica gave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina gave it to him. He won Blaine. And then, what was the seventh one? I'm gargling. Koga. He won Koga, and he got the eighth one given to him. So that's half his gym gym badges given to him. Now, if you guys play Pokemon or know a little bit about it, or if you don't, but the games, if you have Pokemon that are over leveled or like higher leveled and you don't have a gym badge, they won't listen to you, bro. They won't listen to you. So that's why Charizard never listened to him, because he didn't respect Ash. He didn't respect him.
He only fought when he literally looked across and was like, okay, that's kind of a worthy opponent. I'll fight that Pokemon. All right, what else you got? I ain't even wasting my time with this.
That's like the lore, apparently, because that's what there's 8 badges. 4 of them were given to Ash.
And yes, of course Ash was gonna beat Misty and wasn't even gonna need Pikachu to do it. Obviously, Pikachu would have just soloed all of her Pokemon. I'm sorry, they're water types. But that's kind of why they had to do it. I know they went with the whole, Pikachu loves Misty and doesn't want to fight through. That Pikachu knew what he would have done up in there.
Yeah. Yep. And they had a water terrain.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's supposedly, allegedly, apparently, like the lore as to why Charizard never listened to Ash, because he used Charizard and it was like gaining levels throughout the region and everything. And Ash only technically had 4 badges that he won officially. So, at a certain point in the games, if you don't win more badges, like Pokemon that are higher level, they won't listen to you. Like they'll actually quite literally fall asleep. Sometimes they'll hit themselves. Imagine not respecting your owner, or like your master, your trainer, to the point where you're like, screw you, I'm gonna smack myself in the face. Like, I'm gonna go to sleep and just see what happens. Like, imagine having that. Like, that's insane. Like, you don't respect them so much to the point where you're putting yourself in danger. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's that I did not ask to be here and you brought me here. Good night.
But look, Ash was not the only one that had that issue. I'll get to that a little bit later. But to finish my thing, because we're not talking about Ash's specific Charmander, I'm sorry, it's a freaking dragon. Eventually, like you said, they're cool. I'm with you guys. Bulbasaur has to go. I was never really that big on Bulbasaur. Not a fan of Venusaur. Just not really the biggest fan. I'm not going as far as Jordan goes. Just say grass types are terrible, but
they're not all terrible. But they're also not that strong.
Listen, my Meowscarada be putting in work. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, Masquerada is good,
and my Gardevoir too.
Yeah. All right, well, we're gonna do another one has to go, and it might be a quick one for you, Jordan. We'll find out, but this is also for the purposes of the people who are here live and the people that will be watching this later. And I'm ready to start some fights with Pokemon. So I am going to say one has to go female companion edition.
Oh Lord. Let's get into it.
Between Misty, Serena, and Dawn.
Dawn.
So just so I make it clear, you're saying Dawn?
Dawn.
You have to give your reasons.
Dawn, listen. If you watched the dub of Gen 4, you will say Dawn too.
No need to worry.
That's her catchphrase.
If you don't shut your goofy ass up, if you don't shut your goofy, no need to worry ass up,
bro, that I literally, honestly, you know what? This is kind of a full circle with anime for me, because when I started watching anime, I was always into Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? And there was a time where I was like, hey, I want to watch some anime. And I was told, and I discovered that Pokemon is an anime. So I started watching the Pokemon anime in Japanese. I swapped from like Dragon Ball and Pokemon were the reason why I started watching, like, I guess sub and dub. Like I started filtering through the both sides, like that was like the era of me trying to really gain my stripes as an anime watcher. I'm appreciating dub. I'm also appreciating sub.
When I tell you I was watching Gen 4 and hearing Dawn say that stupid ass catchphrase,
I went straight to the sub. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. She was saying no need to worry in the most stupidest moments. I just couldn't do it. I wanted to pull her hat down over her eyes and kick her down a hill. I was so annoyed with Dawn, bro. Like Serena, first of all, Misty, she's a classic, okay? Classic Misty. Like Misty's valid. In any she's good in any hood type shit. You know what I'm saying? Serena was the first girl to really make Ash, Serena, I don't want to get too vulgar on your page. I don't know how y'all rock, but like Ash, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say something crazy, but Ash got his first kiss from Serena. There, I'll say the censored version. Ash kind of started, his pants got a little tighter after that moment. All right, I'll just say that much. His pants got a little tighter.
Amen.
Dawn was the annoying little sister that Ash never asked for. That's basically Dawn.
Oh wow.
Her team was barely mediocre. She had a Mamoswine. Great, that's awesome. Why the hell did you have that stupid ass Baneri?
He's still going.
Piplup is valid because there's Criplup. And you had a Cyndaquil. What is wrong with you? Togekiss was cool.
It just seemed like she didn't know where to go. Like, it's like she had good Mons, and then she had bad Mons. Like, and the entire time of her having this misconception, this contradiction, this little bit of a kerfuffle, you know what she did? You know what she said?
No need to worry. Dawn, we're dealing with Arceus. He is God. There is plenty to worry.
Like, what are we talking about, bro? I could not stand Dawn, bro. Dawn is gone. 100% gone. 100% gone. I could not stand her.
How Euphoria?
That's all I got.
Are you sure? Because I did this for a reason, and you fell right into the trap.
Well, don't tell no lies about me, and I won't tell truth about you.
I just couldn't stand her. I hate her hair. I hated her little scarf.
Okay,
I hated. Look at her in this caption, in this picture right now. She's like, no need to worry.
Like she thinks she's doing something. She thinks she's doing something.
Wow.
You see Misty? She looks all demure and just modest. She looks humble in this picture. You see Serena just like, yeah, determined. You see you look at Dawn and you're just like, what is you doing, baby? What is you doing?
Okay.
So corny. I could not stand her. They could have gave her the upgrade that they gave Serena, because Serena had long hair at one point. And then she had a moment of like, hey, I want to get stronger. I want to get better at content. Oh!
I mean, when she lost?
But Serena was better at contest. What are we talking about? Serena was way better at contest than Dawn. Serena ate up every contest. Dawn didn't eat up anything. She was 2 + 2 and thought it was 8.
Lord have mercy. The Lord is my shepherd.
Even though to the rest of the world, this is a valid topic, but I already knew how Jordan felt. So yeah, he walked right into this.
I strolled into it.
Hey, all right. Stand on business. Stand on business.
I don't like Dawn.
I will go as far as saying that I like Iris more than Dawn.
Ghost said, can I write in Iris?
W Iris.
And she was kind of annoying too. I ain't gonna hold you, but I like.
Not that. Hold on. We're not gonna do no Iris thing.
I purposely kept off Iris, though. I'm just gonna say that. Just like and I don't know how you feel about this, Jordan, for personal reasons, I also left off May.
Oh, May's valid though. She's my favorite, best girl.
Yeah.
May's valid.
She had a Blaziken. What are we talking about?
That's a fact.
She had a Blaziken and a Venusaur. She evolved her Pokemon. What are we talking about? Like, Dawn was so in between. Oh, should I make them cutesy or should I make them badass?
Listen, she was giving very much I'm from Jersey vibes.
And Serena evolved. Listen,
I'm
bro.
not from PG County vibes.
You do realize that May and Dawn did have a battle.
Yeah, I do know. I watched every episode. Yeah. And May ate her up. May ate her up.
I need some juice. I just said, oh snap! I need some juice.
I just don't understand the timeline of the Pokemon world. First of all, I'm not the biggest May fan. Sorry.
Sure, that's fact. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone.
You know, and I mean, some of it is obviously when it's written, because obviously when we first meet May, she's like one of the few where it's like, she didn't want to do any of this.
Sure. Yeah.
And so it was like, you went from not wanting to do any of this to now jumping into this world. And now you're already like competing with the people up here. But that's why I go into timelines, because it's like he apparently, according to their timelines, started so much later than Ash did, who had been there around the block. But they're both 10 years old.
That's the issue, though. Like the aging, it's like, because like when May left, like with Ash and everything, May had like a little mini time skip, you know? Like after she left Ash and she like came back in the later series, in the end, she was not better than Serena as the Pokemon contest.
No.
But she was way better than Dawn. Like, what are we talking about? Like, Dawn, bro, they should have changed up her hairstyle or something. You know, gave her a redesign. The writers didn't even like Dawn. They gave Serena a redesign. They gave her that bob. It's not a bob, but you know what I'm trying to allude to. They cut her hair. May had that exotic little. I'm not trying to go too deep into it because they're still 10 years old, mind you. But she had a different redesign as far as her fit.
See,
they had platinum. They had platinum. They had the platinum fits, and they didn't even give that to Dawn.
You're about to make me have to defend Dawn here. But before I do that, Jasirii, do you have an answer for this?
Drell, you're gonna be fighting for your life.
Oh God. Okay, I'm liking this right here. Hey,
I want Jsmak to keep going.
Hey, I'm ringing a bell over that. Oh yeah, I like this. Oh no, Jasirii.
I'm waiting on the Dawn diss track.
Hey, Jasirii, how about we just, usually the host likes to just jumps around and ask how everybody else right now. Nah, we're gonna reverse this today. So this is since he's like, you're gonna defend Dawn, let's just get this over with. Just defend her. Like, why? Why are you defending her? You feel me? Talk to us in the audience. Why?
You know, he's saying a lot of things, but it sounds like his main really only issue is her freaking catchphrase. You know, it's not. You want to know what else? I didn't even unleash the ultimate diss track part. Okay, get this. Dawn's mother was one of the best contest people that was in the contest. She didn't even amount to surpassing her mother, which they tried to allude to that. And guess what? She fell deep into the fucking smoke. She didn't even get to that point, bro. Out of the 3 girls, she became the least one, bro. The least one, bro. Her team, trash. Her contest abilities,
trash. And I'm talking about comparatively speaking. Serena has a Delphox. Serena had a Sylveon. Serena had, like, her team was so much. Drell, honestly, I want you to look at Serena at her peak and see what she had to bring to the table, like towards the end of the series, and look at what May had to bring towards she had a Glaceon. Serena had a Sylveon. May had a Glaceon. What the hell did Dawn have?
Should have been an Apom, but I don't even really want to get into that.
She gave up her Buizel that was a powerhouse for an Apom that didn't know what the hell it wanted to do.
And didn't even stay. It knew what it wanted to do. It wanted to play ping pong.
It didn't want to stay with Dawn. I wonder why.
Didn't want to stay with Ash either. Let's just be fair about that.
No, it wanted to stay with Ash because it went onto the boat to the whole nother region with Ash. And then it said, hey, I'm kind of feeling Pokemon contest, Ash. You know what I'm saying? And you feeling battles, and Weasel over there wants to battle. So maybe we do a little tradesy, And Ash and Dawn were like, yeah, that sounds great. And you know what happened? It got traded over to Dawn, and he heard one, no need to worry. And then he went to go do ping pong battles. What fucking Pokemon?
Oh, he cussed now. Oh, he swore this time. He cussed his entire segment. Oh, he went in now.
What Pokemon gives up the two options? The two options. There's two options of what a Pokemon wants to do. It wants to battle or it wants to do contests. It said, hey, I have a wild card for you, Game Freak. Let's just put on ping pong. Let's just do ping pong. Because I'm tired of hearing Dawn's stupid no need to worry ass. Like, it's just... You can't make this up. It didn't even want to be with Dawn.
I got my content.
All right, Jordan, we heard you. All right.
It's Dawn, no questions asked over here. Okay? Listen, Misty annoyed me at times, but Ash ate her up a lot of times, bro. Ash gave her the work when it came to comebacks, and Misty took it like a champ. She took it on the chin. Ash came through and gave her a bike like he promised. And Misty, had that heartfelt moment of just leaving the crew and just saying, hey, Ash, you still valid. Serena gave him his first kiss. May was like a sister. Dawn was the annoying sister that he didn't even want. Bro, I can't listen. And Iris, I said Iris was kind of annoying, but at least she made it to the top 8 in the end. What the hell did Dawn do? She was in the stands with the same damn freaking uniform that she's been wearing for the past 25 years. Like, Dawn is trash. She's trash, bro.
Now you said the T word.
All right. It's your go. Please, I would like to hear you try to defend your client after this. Right here. What do you have to say about that?
All right. You know why I like Dawn so much?
Why?
It doesn't even really have to say so much as far as like what Pokemon she had or battles. It's personality and determination altogether, because when you started, I mean, whether people are willing to admit this or not, you don't realize just how much like Ash she really was. As far as like when you first meet Dawn, he already knew what he wanted to do. It wasn't like May, who just whatever. And Serena, of course, had that encounter with Ash a long time ago and had that determination. When we meet Dawn, it's like she knows what she wants to do. She's got that determination. So I like that about her. I kind of like that goofiness. He hates that no need to worry thing, but I like quirkiness in my characters.
Okay.
So I
Quirkiness is
enjoy
sexy.
that.
Okay.
I actually like her and Ash's dynamic. She is in a little sister. He says an annoying little sister, but I love how much she's a little sister. I love how supportive she is of Ash. She also had a Pokemon that didn't respect her. It seems like that's also a parallel with Ash. That's why I say they're so much alike, which is probably why I like them so much. Yes, she sits in the stands and supports Ash. She was sitting in the stands and supporting Ash when he won his championship. You know, wasn't in the stands when he won his championship? Them other hoes.
I mean, at least they was doing something.
He said, "Oh,
Look, stand by your family." And they were basically family to me. And I'm not saying that the others have not tried to prop Ash up. Lord knows Misty in her own ways, even though Ash wasn't always trying to hear it. But I like quirkiness in my characters. I never said she was strong. I never said she was the best in battles. I just like her as a character.
okay."
My debate was never who's the strongest or anything like that.
Okay.
I just love that. I love their dynamic. I love that little sister dynamic. I like her as a person, as a character, a hell of a lot more than May.
Okay. Okay. I don't want to cut you off. Is that all that you had?
I don't have much. I don't have an essay diatribe about how
No.
these characters are.
Drell?
Unless we want to go back to Tracy, in which I can keep going, but we're here.
Nah, Tracy don't need no more strays. Tracy don't need no more strays. Okay, Drell. I want to start out by saying you're allowed to like what you like. Okay. This ain't no, you know, I'm right, you're wrong, whatever. I just want you to know that I have 4 bullet points of what you just said. I made 4 quick bullet points of what you just said.
He was right.
I know he did, right?
And when every time you said something, that man face it. Did you saw that one face he hit you? And then right back to her right now. I said, this man's making notes.
He's making notes.
So you said Dawn is like Ash? ? I put a question mark because I'm just trying to figure out what part of Ash is she like?
Is she the worst part of Ash? Because Ash did a lot of development, and where Dawn was, she stayed where Ash was, and the worst part of Ash. If we're talking about the whole collective of Ash, where Dawn was is the worst part of Ash. And what I mean by that is Ash... Gen 4, where Dawn is the generation right before where he fought a Snivy with his Pikachu that just beat a Latios. And Ash still is using his Pokédex to Pokemon that he has already caught. Ash had some type of mental retardation or something in Gen 5. He really did. So the best part of Ash is
I'm gonna have to flag on the play on that phrase.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He just had some type of issue with his thought process of things.
Okay. Now you said quirky.
Why did you say it like that? Why did you have to say it like that, bro?
I say annoying. But hey, to each his own. Another pull the point.
You're like quirky. Like, damn, what's the matter with what I like?
I know, right?
Like, God. Because he's quirky. Like, wait a minute, bro. I just said she's... Hey, why did he just put out a shotgun and just shot that whole phrase down? Like, quirkiness don't matter. Like,
I don't personally think that Dawn deserves the phrase as quirky. She deserves the phrase as delusional.
He's gonna keep straight. This is
But Tracy doesn't deserve any more strays.
You know what
No,
You know what I
Tracy.
hear from Jordan this entire time? Like, you know that meme online? His hair, wet. His clothes, wet. The way she stands, wet. Her Pokemon, that's just what I hear. The entire time I hear this man speak for the past 15 to 20 minutes of this
He's
rant.
been on this a long
No,
time.
20 or 50. This is probably like a record of longer than summer right now.
The problem is, I purposely set this up.
Like this is definition of
supportive.
saying whack from head to toe.
You
Like,
use
even from the freaking toenail.
you use the term supportive. Like Serena isn't right there, bro. Ash lost.
Continue.
Oh, wait.
Serena is the most supportive out of all the girls, bro. She is, and it's a fact.
Oh, he says
It's just an objective fact.
Objective fact, not just a fact. It's an
What did Dawn do when Ash lost? Did she say no need to worry, or did she go into the mountains and help Ash become a better trainer? Guess what Serena did when Ash lost 3 gym battles in a row?
What she did?
She went into the mount. Ash literally lost to Wolfric twice. He lost. That was the most he's lost to a gym leader. He lost to Wolfric twice. With Greninja, mind you. Ash Greninja. He got a different form. Ash Greninja. He literally Ash lost to Alon. He lost to what's his name? I can't remember his freaking name. He had green hair and he had a Sceptile. He lost to him, and he never lost to him. He gave him the work every time. And then he lost to Wolfric twice. Ash had to go find himself in the mountain.
An Iron Fist. He put an Iron Fist.
You know what Serena did? You know what Serena did? She went into the mountains to go help Ash and tell him how much of a great person and great Pokemon trainer he is. Ash lashed out to him because he's 10 years old and emotional.
He did the same thing to Misty, by the way.
Yeah, but he never did it to Dawn because Dawn doesn't even deserve that side of Ash.
Oh. Damn.
Dawn doesn't deserve that side of Ash. Dawn doesn't even. It's like trying to look at a 3-dimensional thing, but we're in 4D.
Their dynamics are also not the same. The other 2 girls are clearly in love with Ash.
Absolutely.
Dawn is not.
That's facts. That is absolutely facts. Ash just got
They got different intentions. Of course, they want to help Ash.
Especially
Dawn did not help Ash to the same level as Serena, bro.
He's not in love with them.
It doesn't matter. That's irrelevant.
That's really.
Irrelevant. It is. You know, because if you really loved Ash unconditionally, you would help him try to get better, right? You couldn't even help yourself become a better contest trainer. You were the worst out of the 3.
So I'm hearing.
It seems like he keeps going back to power scale.
I was going to say, I think.
But if your whole purpose is, if your whole dynamic is contests, and that's what you want to do, why did Ambipom leave you for that? If you thought that it was so great, maybe you weren't great, Dawn. Maybe you weren't great. Did you ever think that you might be the common denominator?
So basically, out of the rest of the girls, what I'm hearing is it's not the personality. It seems like the personality beside the catchphrase, because you know he hates.
It's multiple things. It's multiple things.
Like, I know you have multiples. It's just the main thing of me of like, and Jasirii, chime in on this too.
He keeps going back to how much
you hear what's going on too. I feel like it's more of because the main thing about him. And he knows about Pokemon and how much he's a gym mat.
I mean, I know a lot about Pokemon, but I don't know as much as he does. So of course,
right now is Pokemon Master.
Yes.
What can you do to help me get to the next stage level of being a great Pokemon Master?
Is she a companion or is she not?
You see what I'm saying? So it's like so much. It's like I see so much the other girls has done for me, but when I look at you. You haven't really pushed me to the next stage of level I feel like I should have been. So besides the quirkiness and the clothes and the hair and the whackness of everything else and the palms and the Pokemon that she loses and the Pokemon choices, the main thing I see and I'm hearing from this man It's the way how you carry yourself through this journey. It's Jasirii. If I'm wrong, chime in on this too. Like, let me know, because it's like this kind of what I'm hearing this entire segment. Because I heard the catchphrase too. The catchphrase was just a headshot for sure, but everything else is just like, as a Pokemon trainer and a Pokemon master, as Jordan is, I want you to reach to this level. How can you help me get there? Because it's like two things is for sure. You're about character. You're about, hey, I like how you are as a character and all that stuff. He's like, fuck your character.
Yeah, I'm individual personality.
What's your Pokemon talking about?
Who are you? It's not just that. It's not just that. What about character development? What type of character development has Dawn gained comparatively to the other girls? Iris got to the top 8.
I will say this though. You had a rebuttal of what he said about Serena. So I'm very interested in what you mean by that.
My whole thing is, I think he's also trying to, and debaters do this, change the narrative of what we're talking about here. Because all I said was, you're going to make me defend Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
I never said I like Dawn more than Serena.
No, absolutely. No. You have not this entire segment. You just like defend Dawn. I like
never once. I said I liked her better than May.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure.
But he also said he understands why some people don't like May.
Mm-hmm.
Most people that don't like May, they don't like her character design. They don't like how she looks. They don't talk about how May's character is. Most people, from what I've heard, they say, oh, they don't like the pigtails, or oh, they don't like the fact that she never got the emerald hat, which is like, okay, like you never saw Brendan, the boy of that generation. So you lost the whole entire character if you cared that much about Gen 3. I'm a Gen 3 stan. Okay. I wish we did see Brendan, but we didn't. Listen.
Look, bringing Serena into the whole thing made a bunch of Misty people upset, because that's when you found out that Ash technically met her first.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I don't like that part. Now that you mentioned that part, that's probably the one thing that I did not like about Serena's character development, because what I don't like about it is the fact that the writers made it seem like, oh, Serena's always been there.
He's the original Poke girl.
But in the end, Ash never ended up with Serena. That's what I don't like. If you had ended with Ash liking Serena back and reciprocating the flirtatious vibes, then I would have been like, okay, valid. But it's like you put that there to fumble in the end. And that's what I will say bad about Serena. That's what I'll say. But that's the writers, though. That's the writers.
All of it's the writers.
Well, yeah. And the writers did not give Dawn justice.
Ash is in love with Pokemon battles. That's what he's in love with. He don't love them hoes.
Yeah, he fry him every time.
Even when one flat out kisses him, and as she's moving away, and it's like, bye, I'll see you later, until she literally came right back and had interactions, and then there's the infamous second goodbye that a lot of people like to try to say that Misty was driving the boat. Because there probably was looked like there was probably going to be a second kiss.
Hey, look here. That's
look,
1 second. I have to look up a picture. Give me 1 second. Give me one second.
I know you're fine.
Okay.
Would it? But here's the real question that I'll talk to as he looks that up. the possibility of it being very, very sacrilegious if I sat here and said I may get rid of Misty.
That's fine. I ain't mad about that. I'd be looking at you kind of like, did you really grow up watching Pokemon if you got rid of Serena?
I've been watching Pokemon since day one. I'm not as big of a fan as you are, but I was right there every week. I played the Pokemon games back in the day. I was a bit crazy. Serena is great. Like, she gets glazed a lot. She's not everybody's number one, but she's most people's number one.
Rightfully so, though. Like I said,
That's only, a lot of people only prop her there though. I mean, I get what you say about like battles and competitions and stuff like that, but a lot of people really only put her number one because when it comes to all the pokegirls, she's like the only one that like truly seems like a love interest for Ash.
But she gave Ash character development in Gen 6. Like, she gave that to him. Like, he gained it himself as well. But when he lost, when Ash was getting, he was literally like, there was a moment where Ash was losing to everybody. And he had to go into the snowy mountains of whatever the heck that place was called and look up at the sky while snow was coming down. And he was pushing everybody away. You know who came and helped him? Not his Greninja that he had a battle bond with. It was Serena. Serena came by and gave Ash the confidence that he needed to go find Ash Greninja and then be like, hey man, let's go run up that mountain and train again and go battle these people. And to be honest with you, he should have won in Gen 6. He ended up losing to Elan in the end, but he had a good run. One of the best runs he's had.
And look, just because you reach a status of being really good doesn't mean all of a sudden that's just what you are. Ash became a world champion and then still turned around and lost to Misty in a battle. So it's just, it doesn't just mean you're just going to be undefeated now. Like, you're still going to have your battle.
But you're trying to defend Dawn. What has Dawn done to that level?
What has Dawn done to you?
You heard him.
What has Dawn done to that level? She's been in the way. She's just been a paperweight. Like what has she genuinely done for Ash, bro? That's the real question. What has she genuinely done for Ash?
I don't give a damn about what she's done for Ash. I just talked about her as a character. I call it quirky,
but
you call
she's
it annoying.
The companion to Ash. She's the side character to, like, bro, like all of Ash's companions and his side characters have done something for Ash to get to where he is now as the Pokemon master. Dawn is the bottom of the barrel, bro. She's down there with the sea urchins. Look, I don't know if you can see this picture.
Lord have mercy, we gonna try.
Yeah, no, maybe.
Yeah, turn your brightness down, though.
Hold on, maybe we big screen this a little bit.
I don't know how we gonna make this happen.
God, just describe what's there.
Okay, all right. Listen, you got your boy Tracy next to Misty.
Oh God.
you got Brock. Okay, so the top back row, okay, is Misty, Tracy, Brock, Dawn, Max, and May. The second row is his mom, Ash's mom, Professor Oak, Gary, Cylin, Iris, Serena, I can't remember her name. God dang, I can't remember her name. The blonde girl in Gen 4 and her brother with the glasses. I can't remember their names. Anyway, they don't matter. The next row, which this is probably due to the fact that it's emphasis on the fact that Ash won his first region in this region. It's Gladian, Lily, Mao, the blue-haired girl, and Kawaii, the black guy, and Solasis. I can't remember his name either. And then you have they have it in order, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Now, Clement and Bonnie. Yes, Shani, good job. Yes. Clement and Bonnie. They have it in order as far as relevancy. If you look at it and you kind of just break it down, because this is when they're in the stands watching Ash become a Pokemon master. They have it in relevancy, bro. They have it in order of relevancy, which in my
in my opinion, Misty and Brock should be in the first row.
But they're not.
But they're not. However, they weren't there in Alola. There's a little bit of Alola bias because, again, Ash won his first region. He became the Alola champion in Alola. So they have Alola in the front row. That's probably why they did that, if I had to guess.
But they should be next to
Professor Oak and his mom. So, but yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is Dawn is in the back stands, bro. And she has her hands up like this. And Piplop's got his freaking pom-poms like that. And it's just...
your argument still goes out the window because Misty and Brock are back there as well.
Yeah, but they didn't have the relevancy as far as not the beginning. They had the relevancy in the beginning, but it doesn't go out the window in the sense where they didn't have any relevancy in Alola. Okay, he's there as the Alola champion. So they're gonna have Alola represent. Like, yeah, we want Brock and Misty to be there in the front stands, but guess what? His mother isn't in the front stands. His own mother isn't in the front stands.
Why
it's Alola
even there.
So, you know, if you ask me, it shows a good representation of relevancy. Guess who is in the second stands? Not Misty. Definitely not Dawn. It's Serena. That's my point.
So you're also saying that Misty and Brock are also useless?
I'm not saying they're useless. I'm just saying in a comparative sense where we're saying one has to go, Misty kind of took the back seat. She didn't show as much love interest as Serena did. She didn't even make as much character development for Ash as Misty did. I'll say it right now. Misty may be an OG, but she didn't help as much as Serena. Misty was making fun of Ash more than half the time. She was downplaying Ash more than half the time. She wasn't uplifting Ash. What are we talking about? Serena was.
Even though Ash,
but she did a few times.
Even though Ash was the one.
A few times comparatively to the whole time. Like, Serena was there, and you could say, "Oh, well, that's because Serena loved Ash." Okay, cool. But what
she literally was following this man around.
But you can't say that she wasn't supportive. She was supportive for him. What's so wrong with the girl supporting a man?
You can stand by your man's side.
Yeah, that's my man. That's my man's. Like, that was Serena. Like, listen.
Nah, the only thing
you know what? I've been roasting Dawn. Let me give her some nice compliments. I like how consistent she is. She kept the catchphrase. She didn't switch it up, even though it was annoying. And I think we're
about to start backhanded compliments here. So I don't know.
No. I'm serious. They even mentioned it in the anime how she says this all the time, and she says this is my catchphrase. I'm gonna keep doing it. So she kept doing it. That's not a backhanded compliment. If the anime even noticed how annoying it was, and they said something, she's kept doing it. That was just her personality. I can't say Shorty wasn't consistent in that. I can't. Blue's one of my favorite colors, so her hair was blue. That's different.
Here we go.
So
yeah.
What? I just said blue is one of my. You see my headphones right now? Blue is one of my favorite colors. I chose these over red.
Dog, I've just been listening to you this entire time, bro, and I hear backhanded compliments.
She had a mammal swine.
I don't like her catchphrase. She got a good catchphrase. Wait, what?
but the anime, even the
I like her catchphrase. Well, hey, I'll give her this.
The characters in the anime made that abundant. They were like, "Oh, like, why do you keep saying that?" Like,
I hate banana pudding pie, but hey, she makes some banana pudding.
Hey, look, we're not about to compare Dawn's catchphrase to the greatest dessert on the planet, okay?
Not banana pudding.
That's what I just heard. That's just what I heard when I just hear him talk. I'm just like, okay, bro.
All right. I
Stand
tried,
by
bro.
it.
I tried.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm
tried.
gonna say this answer.
Mission accomplished because I already knew kind of how he felt. I didn't know it was this bad, but I knew how he felt about Don.
I know he's Euphoria right now.
Wait, how did you know that?
Don't worry about it.
He's like I said, Jordan's Euphoria right now. I can probably say this. I'm gonna get this one quickly over with, and it's gonna be super quick. I'm gonna say Dawn, and the only reason is I haven't really just been that much into it. I know Misty and Serena way more than I did with Dawn, so that's why that's all I'm gonna say for that. What's going on, y'all? What's up, Phoenix? We just saw Jordan or AKA Jsmak just got down here talk bad about Dawn
for about half an hour
for 45 minutes. So hey, look, got my man Jasirii like, oh my god. So we just been listening to this man Euphoria about a 6-minute diss track turn into 45 minutes. So we doing great. I hope you're doing great, Phoenix. But I'm gonna say Don quickly, very simple.
What's up?
Don.
What's up, Phoenix? How
I'm
you
gonna
doing?
say Don, and that's not just me disrespectful. I just don't know Don like that. That's why. Jasirii, what you got?
I agree with Jsmak wholeheartedly.
So Don. Okay, absolutely. You keep
nobody.
Nobody.
I was about to say something, but no, I'm not gonna go there.
Nah,
like I was saying earlier. I was gonna say earlier is that we got all these girl companions that come around Ash, and that you need to stand by your man. But the one thing that doesn't need to stand by Ash or Pikachu, for that matter, are bicycles, because they need to just open up a bike repair shop. They just keep destroying bikes in that freaking show. Like, no. If you were a female companion in Pokemon and you rode a bike, you might as well get ready.
He gonna owe you a bike by the end of the
yeah, he's gonna owe you a bike by the end.
Wait, did he? I'm drawing a blank. Did he owe Dawn a bike?
He didn't. No, I think he did.
Okay.
Yeah. He destroyed her bike too. Well,
Okay.
Pikachu obviously is the one destroying all these bikes. But
that was like the gag of
it's like, you have a bike, you come around Ash and Pikachu, your bike's about to be gone. But with Misty, he made good. They finally made good on getting her a bike back. And he was basically like, hey, you got your bike back, you can leave now, bye.
But my second would be Misty, by the way. Misty annoyed me a lot of times. Like, she stole Ash's Togepi that was supposed to be his.
To be fair, Togepi chose Misty.
Okay, but why did Togepi choose Misty?
Because that was they were fighting over it, and that was the first thing he saw. And so
what did she do? What did she do before Togepi hatched?
Yeah,
she pushed Ash out the way.
Literally.
I don't even know why they were fighting over it.
Togepi was Ash's.
And Brock took care of it. So Brock even kind of had a claim. Missy didn't really have a claim, except the fact that she got seen first.
Yeah, I woke up, birth mom. Hey, mom, you first time got seen, so you're my mom, right?
But speaking of that, what they have, like 3 different battles in that series over Pokemon?
Yeah, and people got mad at the fact that Ash took Totodile from Misty.
He won!
He won fair and square. What are we talking about? Misty took literally her Poliwhirl stole quite literally Team Rocketed Ash's King's Rock and evolved into Politoed. So if you really want to draw straws,
these were battles. Like, they had, I think it was 3 battles over a Pokemon. Ash won 2 of them.
Yeah.
And in one hand, Misty won fair and square. Ash won Togepi. So yeah, I get what you're saying. So it's like,
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Misty cool. I ain't got really no beef with Misty like that comparatively to Dawn, right? But I just didn't like the fact that there was fans being like, "Oh, Misty should have gotten Totodile," and it's like, why? Because she likes water Pokemon. Okay,
basically.
Like, that's
she's supposed to have them all.
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't think Misty would have gotten a Feraligatr like people wanted her to. They were like, oh, if she got Totodile, she would have made a Feraligatr. Like, there's a lot of people that say that. And I'm like, okay, I don't think so, bro. Like, she never had a starter Pokemon. So I can see where people were like, okay, she should have got Totodile. But, I mean, she lost fair and square, right? The same kind of argument could be said about Togepi in a way. Like, it was supposed to be Ashes, but things changed. I don't know.
Yeah, get that Staryu power up.
Yeah, right. And she didn't treat Psyduck with love, bro. She always used Psyduck when she needed him. And
Psyduck came out a lot of times and was like, nah, I'm next. Right. I don't care who you were about to pick.
But she's like, oh, no, I don't want to use Psyduck. But then she realized, oh, wait, I can manipulate Psyduck. Like, I can manipulate my opponent to attack Psyduck's head and make him have a headache.
Yeah, she's abusive to Psyduck in a way.
Psyduck.
And she thought her Psyduck evolved into
Golden. Turned out he just wanted to impress women.
It wasn't even her Golden.
It wasn't hers.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Misty's second for me if I had to pick. Serena is best girl, 100%. 100%. But again, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, and sometimes they smell bad.
They do, right? Sometimes they do smell bad. But here's the thing: like I said, don't worry about how I knew about your Dawn hate. Just know that it's there. But I do know that there are some Dawn fans out there. Like I said, I am a Dawn fan. I do not hate Dawn. I actually like Dawn. I don't like her better than Serena and Misty, but yeah, so Dawn has to go for me as well. But I just have to defend her real quick because I didn't think we were going to go into a whole 30-40 minute diss track on this girl. And I'm like, hold on, like, look, just because I don't like as much as them does not mean I don't like her. So when you just completely used the trash word, I'm like, oh, okay, bro.
I got so she got me into watching the sub. That's how much I hate her.
Superpowers getting neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The favorite rapper,
but you know, everybody likes who they like. Just like I'm that person that stands on that hill for Scrappy Doo. I'm that person that's gonna stand on that hill. Like there's just people are just gonna not like, and it's like, look, they didn't bother me.
Hey, Scrappy valid though.
Yeah, go online and say that to people.
I will. I'm gonna make it my mission. I mean, you know, Scrappy was cool in what movie was that? Not the zombie one, like the cat zombie one. It was the real one, the real live one, the real live action one.
Oh, Scooby-Doo.
The Scooby-Doo movie?
Oh, never mind.
No, the one where it was the second one.
Island.
Yeah. That was when I really loved Scrappy. Like Scrappy's valid. I like Scrappy. Even though he was a villain in that one, I still liked him.
I'm a Scrappy fan. I always have been. I just know there's a lot of hate. It seems like I'm like that with people. Like I said, I'm a fan of Dawn. I like Scrappy. I defend Sakura. Like that's me.
Sakura hate is forced though. Sakura hate is forced.
You know, it's
these days I'm not even sure if people realize what they hate about her in the first place.
Sakura hate is forced, in my opinion.
I will say this. We're going to turn the clock on gaming. So we're going to go into our last one has to go for the evening because we do got to get out of here. And Jordan, I am going to go to you with this. I have picked 2 classic game systems and I need you to get rid of one of them.
Oh God.
So Jordan, Jsmak, one has to go. The Nintendo 64 or the PS2.
All right, this isn't just an easy one for me. That's tough. That's actually really tough. Drell. Why did you do that? Why did you do that to
because
me?
It's the main event. This is the last topic of the night.
Oh my God, bro. Why couldn't you just say Nintendo or Sony or Microsoft and make it easy for me?
What's the fun in that?
64 or PS2? Nintendo has some hits. I'm not gonna act like that.
Okay. Are we talking specifically just the console itself or the games that come with it?
All of it.
I mean, you can't just have a console without the game like that.
I mean, yeah,
but
but like if it was that, it's like I'd pick Nintendo 64 because the console of PS2 was it like sometimes the games froze and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the N64, if the game didn't work, you blow on it and it works.
Come on, hold on. That's 101 though. Hold on, don't disrespect that though. That's just what we had at that time.
No, but it worked.
You have to. Come on, stop, man. Hold on.
That's what I'm. No,
now the old side of me about to come out, and I'm not even that old.
I'm not even saying
you're the youngest one here.
Yeah, hey, hold on, bro. Like, hold on. Especially when it comes with the cartridges, man. Hold on. After you have to go in,
I'm saying that's valid.
You have to pray and look at it.
He's saying it's valid.
No, not even.
I'm saying that's valid. Like they made like rap songs about that. Like,
yeah,
they turned that into like, you know, sexual activities and stuff. Like
PlayStation 2 did have Papa Rock though.
Yeah. Like they made that was like a whole era, you know, like that to me makes it cool. But if we're talking about the whole package, I gotta really think about this because PS2 was when I played Kingdom Hearts 2. And
the
Kingdom
Nintendo
Hearts
64 had Diddy Kong Racing, dog. Oh no!
And Glover was so much fun.
They had the oh my god.
Mario, I might have to stick true to the fact that like I'm more of a Nintendo fan than a Sony fan. I might have to say PS2 gotta go. That's hard.
Super Smash.
Yeah. I gotta say
007, GoldenEye.
PS2 gotta go. That was the most difficult one of the night.
I think PS2, of course, that was at that time. That's the only place you could play GTA.
Yeah,
if I want to talk about PlayStation though, I could say a whole line of PlayStation games too.
Yeah, and I'm saying, like I said, through GTA, and at that time, that's the only place you could play Grand Theft Auto.
I gotta say, I might have to say,
I have my PS2
because like. Here's the thing, like I love Sony, you know what I'm saying? I love PlayStation, Grand Theft Auto, all the games or whatever. Jack and Daxter, dude, Jack and Daxter.
Oh, he said Jack and Daxter, yes. Oh, what a classic! Ratchet and Clank.
Yep, Ratchet and Clank.
Oh my God of War series, my Devil May Cry.
PS2.
Yeah.
My Resident Evil.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people out there who consider the PS2 the greatest system of all time.
Yeah, it was, but like I'm more.
But there's people that disagree with that.
Yeah,
which is why there's a lot of people that point to
the console itself wasn't. But that's the thing, like the console itself wasn't the best. Only if you compare it to the other consoles. But when it was the only thing that we had.
Like I said, back then, exclusives were actually exclusives back in this day.
Bro, I had my Need for Speed and Midnight Club, dog.
On PlayStation, yeah.
Stop playing with me, bro. What?
Yeah.
But it's the worst because the best medical feeds.
No, you're talking about Sakura.
Oh, okay. Well, I still want to read it. Medical feeds in the series went to Naruto recreating Kaki. Yeah, no, you valid. You valid about that, Ghost. I think I'm gonna have to stick. I think I'm gonna have to stick with PS2, bro. That's tough. That's tough.
PS2 gotta go. Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with that. Stop, VoQualz. Stop naming games.
Stop playing. I can keep going, bro. I'm like, my PS2 era. I was that. Like, I own an Xbox. Don't get me wrong, but I had a PlayStation as well. So I jumped in between worlds all the time. All the time.
Spyro. Yeah, Xbox is not a part of this conversation.
I'm waiting on a Spyro. We got Donkey Kong after a long time. Bonanza. I know I don't want to steer too away from it, but I'm waiting on a Spyro game. I'm waiting on a Spyro remake.
Nah, we're good because Jasirii's looking a little relaxed over there, sir. Which are you dropping?
I'm keeping a stack with you. My cousin introduced me to N64. But I gotta stick with what I grew up with PlayStation. PlayStation 2, my mom put me on. I'm not gonna front. Jack and Daxter, I was obsessed. Yeah. Midnight Club 2, I was obsessed.
Come
Grand
on.
Theft Auto, I was obsessed.
NFL
Spyro,
Street
crack.
2, NBA basketball.
You know what?
What are we?
And then
oh
on top
my
of that,
God,
it
what?
wasn't just 2K. It was 2K and
What?
EA back to back.
That's when sports games were actually fun. Sports games were actually fun when we take it to the streets.
NBA Street.
Yeah,
was
so
NBA Street 2.
Come on.
My goodness.
Oh my, what?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm keeping my
I'm
PS2, bro.
I'm gonna keep the PS2.
I'm keeping my
well.
PS2.
I'm gonna keep
That's
the
just
PS2 as well.
many. And the reason I'm saying PS2 is there's so many great games that I can legit keep constantly going on the top of my mind.
Tony
2.
Hawk,
like
Pro Skater, like come on, bro. Yeah.
Nintendo 64.
The EA games.
Nintendo 64 was one of the next stages in my life when Sega was around because his family was a Sega.
Yeah.
But I did have a Nintendo 64 and I still have a couple of games I still got to revisit and beat because still to this day I still never beat Donkey Kong and I owned the game at the time and I still never beat that. So it's like a lot of games. I still got to get my Banjo-Kazooie on. I got to get my
that's a tough
but
one.
I'm not for this. Like Nintendo had great class too. They had like Legend of Zelda, all that. Like they had a lot of heavy hitters over there as well. I'm not downplaying the Nintendo 64 at all. I would never do that because we still have Mario Party going on over there. We still have the Smash that was going on. Like we had a lot of beginning eras of Nintendo 64 because it's just PlayStation 2 just hold a great. Because here's why makes it out of this little PlayStation so much? It's my God of War franchise. After you beat God of War, there's a number in the end if you can call it, and you have Kratos on the phone.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Yeah. I'm gonna stick with PS2.
The man literally switched his mind.
Like PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go PS.
Because
Because like I was thinking more so of Nintendo because like I like the Switch more than I like the PlayStation, I guess, series or whatever, because like I love Nintendo, and that's what kickstarted it. But we're talking specifically that and PS2, so like it's.
And then you kind of asking me to get rid of my Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm not getting rid of my Kingdom Hearts. Bro.
Kingdom Hearts 2, yeah.
You already know how I feel about my Kingdom Hearts. I'm not getting rid of my Kingdom Hearts. Bro.
I'm gonna have to give up.
I'm not giving up.
Nintendo.
What?
N64. Yeah, I'm gonna go PS2 as well.
Sounds like y'all are 3 for 3.
I'm sorry,
getting rid of the N64.
Yeah,
man,
I'm gonna do
Street
it.
2,
I'm gonna do it too.
NFL Street 2 was crazy.
Hey, they had the tracks on there. And Raw games were actually fun at that time. SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah,
Here's
PS2 didn't work as well, but when it worked,
SmackDown versus Raw was good. But WWF No Mercy is the greatest wrestling game of all time, and that was on the Nintendo 64.
Then we got Def Jam Fight for New York Trip for PS2 as well. Yes, we do. Yeah, I'm keeping my PlayStation too. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna shut up.
I believe N64 also had that game, but I'll have to double check that. But like I said, I'm a big wrestling fan. So because we listed a lot of PlayStation games, so I guess I'll stick to the N64 over here for a second. Obviously, like I said, the AKI THQ games that they had, WCW, NWO Revenge, WrestleMania 2000, especially No Mercy, which a lot of people consider, even to this day, possibly the greatest wrestling game of all time. That was on N64. Of course, I'm a big Zelda guy. N64 brought us Ocarina of Time, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
it
brought us Ocarina of Time. It also brought us Majora's Mask, which is very, very slept on. Amazing Zelda game. It did, like you said, it did bring us Banjo-Kazooie. It did bring us Conker's Bad Fur Day. It did bring us.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
It did bring us.
N64 brought Killer Instinct.
It did bring us Killer Instinct Gold.
Coliseum, Pokemon Coliseum.
It brought Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
That's what I meant, not Coliseum. Stadium.
Yeah, no,
Stadium 2.
It brought us a Mario Kart 64.
Yeah.
It brought us the original Super Smash Brothers. It was birthed.
Yeah.
On a Nintendo 64. I didn't even mention GoldenEye.
Yeah. I did. But
and even Perfect Dark, because they were made by the same people. So Rare, the company Rare in general, had the Donkey Kong 64. Like Rare was in their bag with that, and I haven't even mentioned a Mario game yet. you know, except for obviously the cart games, the sports games. But you know, I didn't talk about Mario 64, obviously, which redefined 3D when it comes to all of that. It's just, my goodness.
Yeah,
There
you really
were
can't go
times-
wrong.
There were times, and this has nothing to do with the fact that I personally never owned a PS2 because my brother owned a PS2, which is why I played NBA Street and Grand Theft Auto and all of that stuff. And we lived in the same house for the longest time, so it was in the house. We had both systems in that house, and it benefited until he moved out, took the PlayStation with him. But it's okay because I still had the N64. And oh my goodness. So
that Game Breaker 2 is something else. When you get the Game Breaker 2, it's something else, boy. From the 3 for the 2, cross your. Oh my God! Stop playing with it.
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid.
No, when you're a big Nintendo person like I am, not as big as I am as far as a Sega person, you know, because Sonic's gonna reign supreme with me all day, every day, no matter what it is. But just like Jasirii said, his tilting scale was the fact that he had his PlayStation growing up. I had my Nintendo 64 growing up, and I respect, like I said, the Kingdom Hearts, the Final Fantasies.
Absolutely.
You know,
and I respect Nintendo 64 as well. I never downplay. I mentioned a lot of great games over there. It's just
I would definitely be the one getting rid of the PS2. The rest of y'all can get rid of the N64, and that is where we stand there.
Well, we'll just give our N64s to you, Drell. It's all good.
Like it's hard.
And I'll play Zelda for like this. I played Ocarina of Time last year. I streamed it 100%ed it on TikTok Studio. Because like I'm a Zelda nut, and I really am.
All you have to do is follow the damn train, CJ.
If you had said if you had said PS3, I probably would have easily said N64. But you said 2.
That was the point.
Yeah,
it's too many good.
I was like, damn, that's tough.
Especially my God of War 3. When we get there, we got to talk to Zeus. Hold on, bro.
Wait, y'all ever play Prince of Persia? That was fun too.
It was cool.
It wasn't.
I wasn't a big fan of Prince of Persia, but
it was cool. It was cool.
Yeah. I wasn't like I said, and then my PlayStation 2, I had my Resident Evil 4 with Leon Thomas, bro.
The Resident Evil game.
My Resident Evil 4. My Resident Evil 4, bro. Come on now. Especially when we get to the beginning, we walk around and then it just start. You just immediately, it just starts as soon as you walk into town. Now I ain't gonna tell you how to shoot, how to aim, no nothing. Here you are, have fun, figure it out. And I was like, okay, how we do this? This is how we shoot. This is how we cut. There's a guy chasing me with a chainsaw, bro. What do we do? How I sprint? Like that's just PlayStation's just a great year.
But look, 2, like I said, go to game systems. Like I said, absolutely, I had to stick that to 2 because you know, as much as I love my Xbox, I know the world loves to give Xbox a lot of hate because of their current state. You know, even though they try to act like the 360 wasn't that system, you know, people go back to the 3 rings of death. Yeah, some people had the 3 ring problem. I didn't have that problem.
Never me.
But as far as like the games, like people forget that the 360 outsold the PS3, but whatever. Anyway, we have reached the end here, and I have to ask what I always ask what I guess. Jordan, Jsmak, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling gravy, baby.
Gucci, baby.
It was a great time. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for having me. I like healthy debates, you know, and I know that's the vibe here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I can't wait to be back on. Hopefully, in this black chair right here, there will be a Jax the Ronin sitting here.
Oh, she's gotta come through.
Yeah, I didn't even tell you. Since she couldn't make it to this one, she said the next time, you know, whenever I guess it is, she made it a promise that she'll make it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so she'll be here, man.
Well, I get it. It's not that she's not here because she doesn't want to be. She just could not be here. We get it.
Yeah. She's been doing a lot of stuff this past week. Because we're going back to Ocean City in July, 4th of July. Because 4th of July is on a Friday, so we're about to get a little rowdy.
I think we're about to start a riot.
You know, so we're all off. So we're like, yeah, let's go back to OC, you know. So, you know, she's working on making her like day like bathing suit thing out of she's crocheting it. So, you know, she's working on that, and you know, I don't want to say too much about it, but you know, she's kind of like not necessarily in between jobs, but you know, she's working to get a better job. So, you know, she's been grinding, bro. I've been trying to get people to bully her to post more content, you know, because people miss seeing her, you know, people miss seeing her. So, you know, hopefully that works, you know.
We definitely want to get her anime knowledge over here so that
Oh,
she
yeah.
can pretty much shut all of us down with everything she knows and just make us all look bad. And I am not doing any trivia games with her on here because there's just no point.
Yeah, she'll smoke them. We've been watching Free Run. We're not caught up, but we've been watching Free Run. Free Run's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys have watched that, or you're clapping Jasirii. So yeah, you know, you watching it. But yeah, I mean, you know, life's good, bro. Life's good over here. So thank you again, bro. Like, this was fun. This was a lot of fun, man. Like always.
Well, absolutely. Well, definitely appreciate you guys. Everyone here in the chat that sat here with us. Ghost, y'all were very active. You know, for his people that came over, I definitely enjoy it, guys. Always to come through with the podcast is real. Before I get out and send it to him real quick, I do need to remind, because I never brought this up earlier, that always remember that we are still trying to get this YouTube page to 1,000 subscribers.
You want to see that summer jiggle?
And we have an incentive going on right now via Summer Drew, who let everybody know if we get this page to 1,000 subscribers by the end of July, she is going to put on her Emma Frost cosplay, and she is going to recreate the Emma Frost animation from Marvel Rivals, giggle and all.
Damn.
So if you guys want to see that, you might want to go ahead and tell your friends, and tell your friends' friends, and tell your cousins, and tell your uncles. And you know what? If you have imaginary friends, tell them they got to subscribe as well. You know, we're taking everybody. So, sir, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I have to say the recommendation of the week. I just had recommendation. Oh, what is the recommendation that your boy just been going on? Your boy been watching a good grace amount of animations, good grace, a lot of cartoons, a lot of movies. I've definitely been on my movies lately. I've been on my Captain America. I've been on my shockingly, I've been to the movies a lot. I went to see Minecraft too. I know, right?
I heard that was really good.
Shockingly, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw
it made a lot of money.
It actually was pretty well. Like when they first released, I was like,
were they wilding out in your movie theater?
I was like, chicken talking. I was like, all right, there we go.
I seen the memes.
I didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't know it was a thing till I was there, and I was just like, you know what? They got it.
Hey, you see that Snow White movie?
What's Snow White?
Yeah, Minecraft made more money in its first weekend than Snow White made its entire run. So,
bro, but this is what I'll say. The anime recommendation is we are back. We have been sailing out into seas, and we are at the most pinnacle fight of what's going on right now in a new episode of One Piece, baby. Absolutely, I'm bringing this anime recommendation up to the day because we are cooking right now in animation. Y'all see my cosplay with Jasirii right now? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We are at that pinnacle point of time. So I know if y'all are big fans of what's been going on in the One Piece universe, I ain't gonna lie, the animation, the story, and where we at right now. And if you have been reading the manga, we are there. So I will legit tell y'all to please, if you're currently watching One Piece, not your journey, but absolutely go check out the new One Piece episode. That's definitely been popping off. It's been amazing. And the quote that I have, because I usually have a quote before we go bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Before you say the quote,
okay,
you should bring your Jasirii for Momo.
Eyes on your own paper. Hush. So eyes on your own paper.
You just said you had Jasirii.
Like eyes on your own paper. Hush.
Hey, yo.
Look. I don't know if y'all saw Kung Fu Panda, but this quote is still one of the things that's been it's been very good and dear to me, and I kind of live by it a little bit. Today is a gift. Tomorrow is a mystery, and yesterday just passed by. That's why they say today is a gift. Master Oogway. So basically, if you're basically wondering about time and you're thinking about life or anything like that, just remember, just be blessed that you are here today. Because not a lot of people make it to where they are right now today.
Yeah.
So just be happy that you are right here in life right now. And just be happy and smile. Because we all in the time, we all on borrowed time. But don't just don't look bubble, okay? Just be happy, smile. Just be happy that you make it today and that you'll be able to make it tomorrow. And that's all I have. I'm out!
We'll definitely say that. And
Shout out to
we'll get a
Master
little
Oogway.
applause on there.
We love you, Master Oogway. I love that new sound button.
You know, we would definitely say that. So, guys, you guys to join us here next week for the podcast is real to see who our guests. Yes, that's guests plural.
Oh Lord.
To see who's dropping in here for a good time.
Oh man.
And Jasirii, King of New York, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Make sure you go see Sinners. The Netflix Week Hero, also manhwa, even better. One of the best Netflix adaptations is One Piece.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Well, all right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get out of here, you guys. For our guests, you can find him on Twitch. For Jordan, a.k.a. Jsmak. For the King of New York, Jasirii. For my nephew and co-host VoQualz, I'm your host, King Drell. And just remember, Jsmak may beat you in Smash, but the podcast, just like Dawn, is real. We'll see you guys next week.
I'll take it.